Welcome back to 1010's podcast with Michael and Adam and Robbie.
The Kanga Motorsports Studio.
Did you install that application?
Dude, I deleted that before that show was over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna let them follow me around the world on my cell phone.
Oh.
Did you say that you allowed them to check
No,
on
but
your
you
location?
think that matters?
No.
Exactly.
They accessed all your contacts.
Yeah, for sure.
We were just talking about how Google has figured out where you live and where you work
Yeah, Google knows where I'm at for sure.
all the time.
Apple
knows where you're at.
One of the Radial guys, R.I.P. Radial.
R.I.P. in peace.
He deleted Facebook because he didn't like the big brotherness of Facebook, but he has an Android. And it's like, dude,
What difference does it make?
Google,
Come on, man.
You for sure signed your life over to Google.
Yeah, dude. I remember a while back I was at my parents' house and I was trying to get my dad logged into a YouTube channel, and I was like, "What's your Gmail account?" And she's like, "I don't have one of those." And Jesus Christ, okay. So then I go and I asked my mom, and I was like, "What's your Gmail account?" She's like, "I don't have a Gmail." I'm like, how do you exist?
What do they have? AOL?
I think my mom uses a Yahoo and maybe has a Hotmail.
I didn't realize Hotmail still worked. Actually,
No, dude.
Actually, Andy still had Hotmail.
If you
Of course,
Hotmail for a hot boy, is that what that
Hotmail
is?
for a hot boy.
So if you have an Android product, you have a Gmail.
Yeah, you have to.
Automatically,
But no,
yeah.
my parents both have iPhones.
Oh, I see.
And that was the first smartphones they got. Because my dad got it from work. It's issued to him through the place he works at. He has no
Absolutely.
choice. And my mom, she went from like a flip phone straight to an iPhone. So they managed to exist for like years without having Gmails. It blows my mind.
The thing that freaked me out about the big giant Google machine.
Yeah.
I had an Android
Yes.
for a couple of years. I got a new Android, and so you go through the process of transferring all your information, contacts, and all that stuff.
Yep.
Came home from the phone store, doing my stuff at home, using my phone, blah, 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 not thinking about it. Stopped for a second. I never logged into my Wi-Fi. But I'm on my Wi-Fi.
That's so good, man.
Saved every setting.
The Googs knows.
I don't know. That seems like invasion of privacy. That's
The Googs, I'm sure at some point you agreed
I'm
to
sure
it,
that I
though.
did. I'm sure that I did.
They know all, they see all. Why do you think Jeff Bezos is as rich as he is?
Because he knows everything that we do.
Just siphoning money
not
off
the right
everybody.
guy, is it? That's the Amazon
Yeah,
guy.
he's
Well, he
Amazon.
knows everything. If you have Amazon on your phone, he knows
I don't know
where you are and what you're doing.
Oh, no, it's not true. I have Amazon Music. Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Did you take your Echo and put it through a paper shredder?
No, Katie still uses it. But she like if she's, it's like Sunday evening and we're just kind of chilling at the house and she's decided she wants to take like a bubble bath or whatever girls
Sure.
do in the bathroom for 2 hours on a Sunday evening.
Nobody knows. It's one of the great mysteries
Yeah.
of the earth.
We'll never know.
No, I don't want to
The Bermuda Triangle.
All I know is that the Echo is on, and that it's hilarious because she'll be scrolling through her songs, but she's got like a couple of Logan kid song albums, and
no.
it'll just pop up, and it makes me giggle every time.
So do you unplug that thing when it's...
Yeah, as soon as she's done, I go in the bathroom and I unplug it because she leaves it in, and I fucking refuse. And she's like, "It's in the bathroom. What is it?" I'm like, "No,
It hears.
no, I don't need it.
It knows.
I don't want them to hear what's going on in our house." And she's
Or the
like,
bathroom.
"But it's in the bathroom. What are they going to get from that?" I don't
much.
know. You don't know.
You don't know.
And I don't know how good that mic is.
Very good. That's better than you would think.
Yeah,
I'm sure
but
that
it is.
little puck thing cost them $500 to manufacture. It's got sonar and some sort of insane battery
dude, absolutely.
that Elon Musk came up with, and it's got microphones you've never heard of before and some sort of IR sensor, infrared
They
to know
fucking-
where you are.
You plug
blah,
it
blah,
in,
blah.
it just like
Right.
maps out your house.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole
It-
9
yeah,
yards.
So Jeff Bezos can sell you
It
stuff
syncs
off
to your
Amazon
phone
Prime.
so it can hear that mic too.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, I'm sure that someone is listening to us right now.
Absolutely, there.
Oh, we already know that. We've
There's a handful.
proven.
There's a handful of
There's
people
3
listening.
wiretaps in
proven
here
that.
right now.
We've proven that.
Plus
Oh,
our
I-
computers.
plus- yeah, plus our
Vans
computers.
shoes.
Vans shoes.
Advanced use.
I finally got the ad.
Every Windstream employee I've worked with thus far all have pieces of tape over their cameras on their laptops, and I don't know if that's a company requirement or if they're all paranoid schizophrenics. I'm not sure.
There was actually on the swag table at SCCA Nationals, I don't know who brought it, but there was a webcam cover, little like window shade
Okay.
that you could put on your laptop.
Then you could open it and close it.
I didn't take it, but I thought it was kind of funny that was one of the free giveaway things. I don't know who put it there.
That's hilarious.
You're going to make your FBI agent mad if you shut your camera off.
It's true.
He's invested in your life.
I mean, just listen to the podcast. We share it all on there.
Yeah, what do you want from me?
Could you imagine if we became politicians?
The worst.
No.
We can't.
No, dude.
But
We'd be torn apart.
we would get a bunch of listens, and that's
I'm
really
not-
what counts.
And that's how you win.
I would not, if I were to become a politician, I don't know that there's anything I've ever said on here that I would be hell no, that's probably not
It's
true.
not true at all because
Because they could totally take some of the jokes we've made
Out of context.
they would bring something up. Well, on this episode, he said this.
Like, remember when Robbie
was a
had to
fucking
go through
joke.
his sexual harassment training? Do you remember that?
Vaguely,
Like
yeah.
2 years ago?
Vaguely.
Yeah, I also vaguely remember that.
And I said
was
something
there.
about, Karen was asking for it or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that
that's-
would come
That
up.
would come up for sure.
would.
Those jokes always.
And it'd be
come
like
back.
quotation mark, 3 words, ... 3
Yeah.
words, ...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that.
It's a
honestly.
joke.
If you're a normal, functioning human being, I don't know why you would put yourself through that. It's not that much money. It's not enough money.
It's pretty good money.
It's not enough money for me to want to do it.
I wouldn't do it. Being a celebrity would be awful.
Yeah, being like a real celebrity, being a whatever we are, E-class celebrity, not the Mercedes, but
That'd be cooler.
it's
though.
bad.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad. But
we're
being
at the
more-
right level.
being
We're not
more than-
we're not like Thomas who gets recognized everywhere we go.
yes, that wouldn't be so bad.
Every time I've gone a place with Thomas, he gets recognized.
He said he told me
lot
the
of
other day he
super
got
bros out there.
recognized.
A lot of Subaru bros. It's true.
He's not even Subaru. He's not on the Subaru side.
Well, it's
Imagine if
A86.
imagine
It's
imagine
not
if he
the
was
WRX.
imagine if he was the WRX guy though. I bet that dude gets recognized all the
I bet
time.
he gets all the not chicks.
All the super bros.
Yeah.
That's what Thomas said. Like all those guys come up to you and they want to talk to you because they recognize you,
Right.
but then they don't know what to do. And he said it's super weird. And he like tries to help him, but then you know how Thomas is. He can like take something to make it super awkward. You know,
I love him
he can
so
be going
much,
into
but
it
yeah.
and he just totally train wrecks it. And so all of them, the two of them together, it turns into a disaster. And
He sat with us at Robbie's wedding this weekend, and he told me that he's slowly starting to eat more stuff
Nice.
because he kind of has to.
needs,
Did he
needs
eat
some
anything at my
calorie dense
wedding?
foods.
Yeah, he did.
What do you eat?
That's a good question. I did not notice what he ate.
I don't remember, but he came and he sat down next to me, and he goes, "You want my beans?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm good." And I was like, I was kind of wondering why you took those, and he goes, "I thought I was good until I saw that giant piece of bacon floating in the middle."
Oh
Yep. he was not good there.
shit! Those potatoes probably had fucking bacon in them.
I bet
too.
they did.
I don't know what
Or
he ate.
drippings or something.
I don't know what he ate. I'm sure it was.
I don't know. I've been eating it for like every day.
How much did you have left over?
Thanks for sharing, Robbie.
A lot.
Really?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because they seemed like they were running out.
They were not.
Oh, I'd have gone back.
They're
up
holding
again.
back.
Yeah, you
Somebody
should- you
said they
should've
were
gone back.
running out, and so I didn't go back.
Oh, maybe
around.
a couple things, but they didn't run out of any of the chicken. I have a whole tray of chicken.
Ah, I should have brought some with, Robbie.
I know, man.
I'd have taken that shit home.
I also have like, I don't know how we had this much soda, but we have.
You guys had a
way too much
shitload
soda.
of soda at your
By the
wedding.
way,
sparkling
congratulations,
water.
Robbie,
Robbie.
for getting married.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Thumbs
Pretty
up.
proud of you.
Yeah.
No Project Car update from last weekend.
No project car. Just a wedding in a tent in a mud hole.
Logan found out that the lowest point on your car is, in fact, your oil pan. So just be mindful of that.
No, it's not.
When you roll toys underneath it, they get stuck by the oil pan.
I believe that, but no, the lowest point is not the oil pan.
Well, along the middle there.
Nah, you're fine. He's fine.
Don't
Giving you-
think about it too
Just
much.
giving you the
Just
heads
don't
up.
run.
It used to be the oil filter, and I fixed that.
When his monster truck went underneath the car, it got stuck next to the oil pan. I'm just
It
saying.
didn't hit the bash plate.
Oh, maybe it's
The
a
bash plate. The
I
bash
don't
plate's
know.
quite a bit lower.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I made Katie get it.
Is that a boy?
My ankle still hurts. So,
Oh, that's true. You
that's
did.
right.
You
so
did
I
fucking
did
did
really
being
good.
nice to it.
You know.
So
Man, being old's a bitch.
Sucks.
these are facts.
Is anybody else like really tired all the time right now?
Yeah, all the time.
All
Okay,
the
thank
time.
you. All right, I thought it was just me.
I turned 30 last weekend, so
Yeah,
I'm
you're like, I'm sure
angrier
you're
than usual.
It's all downhill, man. Tired, angry.
Tired and angry.
When I clocked out today at 4 o'clock this afternoon, I clocked out 37 and a half hours this week already. So that's
It's Wednesday evening.
busy week.
Wednesday.
Busy week.
Pretty sweet.
Good news is, though, being 30, is you can say these damn kids all you want.
Yeah,
Now I
it's
feel like
it's
I'm
legit.
obligated. I'm not in the 20s anymore.
I've been saying that for a long time. I don't know if you guys are. I mean,
You may be more of an old soul than me. I don't know. Maybe not.
I've long been called, grandpa and stuff like that by my peers.
It happens. You're an old soul.
I am. I listen to Boston and voluntarily.
Dude, Boston's good.
stuff like that.
They should have made more albums.
I've
That's all
gone
I'm
to a
saying.
Rush concert. Typical.
Rush is
old
good,
people
too.
Stuff.
Neil Peart, you kidding me?
Hell yeah, dude!
It's a big ass drum set.
I've been to a Boston concert even.
Not been to Boston. Eagles.
I
Which farewell tour did you go to?
I can't afford that. My
All
parents
right.
did go to one. I did not get invited.
Oh, you didn't get to go to that one.
Dang it.
No,
The extra
I was not
ticket.
invited to that one.
Life goes on, I suppose.
Yeah.
They're not dead yet. I'm sure they'll do another tour.
No, I'm not going to do that. I don't really need to see the Eagles.
Nah,
Robbie hates the Eagles.
I don't care.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't
We've
hate
had
it.
this discussion before. Remember, we were driving somewhere and it came up on my phone, and he was all pissed about it.
Yeah,
I think it was
probably.
Hotel California too.
That song sucks.
Yep, there it is.
Robbie? Come on, Robbie.
It's like Stairway to Heaven. It's been played way too many times.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's true. I'll give
Stairway to Heaven actually is a really quite a song. I don't know if you want to listen to it all the time. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bits and pieces to it. I did learn it all on the guitar,
Man.
as you do.
Should we do a car show?
No.
We can.
Are we 15 minutes into this bullshit?
Yes,
Should
12,
we start a
12
car
minutes.
show?
We could do a car show if you wish.
Okay.
Would you like to do your opener?
Yeah, we're going to talk about sushi.
Yeah, presented by Factory Fabrication. That's great. Booty loves sushi.
It's fitting.
So Jalopnik posted this.
No, on a car website.
Yeah. Well, sorry. We got to tie it in. It was some bullshit thing. This Jason Torchinsky guy, which we love here.
Yeah, he's the best. No sarcasm there at all.
What is... Okay, it's got a depiction of some
He
sushi.
made some drawings of sushi
Okay.
that are supposed to represent what he stated as being common taillights, right?
Oh. Common?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm trying to... Okay, so he says here, so this inspired me to make drawings of some famous, perhaps even iconic taillights translated into sushi. And at first I thought, oh, this will be fun, right? I realized that this is not a visual medium,
I don't care.
but you can go to YouTube. It's fine. And I'll link this in the show notes on the webpage.
Yeah, how about that?
Boom. And
You're
while
welcome, Jason.
And while you're on the webpage, buy a shirt.
You should buy a shirt.
You should buy a shirt.
Everyone should buy a shirt.
Or send your significant other to buy you a shirt for Christmas.
It's about that time.
'Tis the season. Bah humbug. Mm-hmm. So he made these. I'll be honest, I got one of them.
I might get one of them.
And I wanted to see if you guys would do any better before we go through the answers, which he does have hyperlinked towards the bottom of this article.
Okay.
So, Michael, Robbie, have at it.
All right. So one, it's a circle with a yellow light on top, semicircle with a rectangle red. Let's just not do that. One.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. Just, can you identify any of these? Because really, the list itself is really.
They're obscure.
We'll have
6
more things
is
to say about that.
late second gen Camaro.
How can you see that?
I owned that car for like 18 years.
I would never, ever, ever have
All
guessed
right.
that.
Well,
Number 5 is a Corvette.
Or Ferrari.
I'm trying to get down to the answers.
To
There
the
we
link.
go. Okay, 6, 78 to 81 Chevy Camaro, people.
Boom,
Ding,
I got
ding,
a
ding,
point.
ding, ding, ding,
That
ding.
one.
Robbie, what was your guess on which one?
5 was a Corvette.
I said Ferrari.
It is a Corvette. Can you tell me? Can
Ooh.
you tell me which one, Robbie?
Wait, hold on.
It's
Hold on.
Jalopnik, so it has to be the C4.
God damn, he's good.
Wow.
Some context
Impressive.
clues. Some
Impressive.
context clues.
I'm
I
very
like it.
impressed.
Robbie.
10 is a Mustang.
Yep. 2010 Ford Mustang. That was
Three.
the only one I could identify.
Ooh, 4 is a Jeep.
Yes, the box
Oh.
taillight from old Jeeps, trucks, etc.
Boom. I feel like I
There
should know
is-
7 and 8, but I can't think
There
of what
is one more on here that I would expect one of you to be able to identify. For the same reason that Michael was able to identify
Uh-oh.
the Camaro.
they are. Uh-oh.
Ooh,
One of you should be able to identify another one of these.
not good.
Yet, this particular person has not owned this particular car quite as long,
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
but he has owned it for a while. Pre-podcast, no less. Which really rules out Robbie.
A pre-podcast. I owned it before the podcast?
Yes.
Is 3 a Fiat taillight?
For 3 is an RX-7 taillight.
Oh,
I never would have guessed that.
I don't think it is. What year? Doesn't say.
Just says Mazda RX-7.
No, my taillights wrap around.
It's got to be the newer one?
Maybe it's the
D?
FA. No, it's definitely not the FD. The FD tails are round.
Oh. I don't know.
Yeah, they're two rows and they wrap around the corner.
Okay, so 73 and up Volkswagen Beetle.
Never would have got them.
This is Jason Torchinsky we're talking
Yeah, I'm
about.
surprised they're not all Volkswagens.
Number 2, 68 to 72 Volkswagen Beetle. We got 3 already. We got 4 already. 5 and 6 were those. 7, the Ford Cortina.
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Would have never got there. Number 8, 68 to 73 BMW 2002.
No.
Oh, I see it. All right.
And number 9, the Volvo 240 sedan. So it's a 240, Robbie.
You should have
have
got
been able. Dude, no,
You're all about the 240 sedans.
I'm not though. And then 10, the Mustang. So
I did better than I thought we would.
you guys did way better than I thought you would. To be completely honest with you,
Is that a victory?
Yeah, we won.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, is it bad or good that we did
Sushi
that?
taillights. Good in theory. I thought it was a cool, fun concept.
But tell he picks weird ass cars like two Beetles.
And honestly, I'm not even sure that they were even the weird cars he chose that it was all that well executed. I still don't see the Corvette one.
What? I saw it right away.
I think that's the worst.
That's the
What's the white? Is that are there little?
Are those the backup lights?
I have no idea. I just recognized the 4 circles. Actually, it could have been. They could have been a GT
Could
car.
have been an
Yeah,
Impala.
They could have been.
You don't know.
There's no little.
have been a Cobalt?
There's white. There's white reversing lights on either side of the license,
Of the license plate.
plate. I
Oh, that
wouldn't
does
have
make
got
sense.
that. No,
Yeah.
Right here, guys. Right here.
it's all stored up there.
Yep.
And I still
this big
the,
old
the
noggin.
Camaro one's not very good either.
I never would have got that.
The only reason I
But
got
the
that
weird
is
thing
because I could
about
see it wrap around.
those two particular, as opposed to the other 8, is that they're displayed on a tray
Yeah, that is.
rather than just being single pieces of sushi.
Yeah, if you would have done it with both taillights, maybe that would have helped.
That being said, this is a fantastic restaurant idea.
Agreed.
Robbie, this is your calling.
Robbie,
It's all the things.
I'll be honest.
it's cars and sushi.
The best wedding gift I got from anybody. Josh LaPetrie bought me a sushi or a Japanese chef knife made out of Damascus steel. It is.
Oh, no.
It is
Oh, no.
the best.
Ooh.
I can't wait to cut so many meats with it. As
As long as they're not the meats on your buns,
long as I don't cut
Robbie.
my fingers
Your
off.
your meats, other meats.
Other meats. I'm pretty pumped about it.
You should be.
It's
That's rad.
It's
That's a
the
nice
best
knife.
gift. It's the best.
But dude, tell me a car-themed sushi restaurant with sushi tail light representations wouldn't be a brilliant shtick.
Just wait a gosh damn second. Did he really have 10 sushi rolls and not one Japanese car?
RX-7.
RX-7.
Okay, only one.
RX-7.
10%.
Yes.
Fail.
Was there any other ones? German. I can't remember what you said 2 was.
10%.
That's German, Japanese,
American.
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 Well,
German,
technically
German.
British, but still American. German, Swedish, American.
Yep.
Wow. That's unfortunate.
They should have all been Japanese. Talk about your national insecurity.
The Swedish one
for?
should have been made out of meatballs.
That would have helped.
We would have figured that one out.
Maybe we need to open this up to more than just sushi. Just do a car-themed restaurant with food, just, that looks like cars, and then that dish being from the origin of the country of origin of the car as well. So like Italian dishes. Be a little harder though.
What are we doing for American dishes, like hot dogs and shit?
It's just hot dogs. It's just hot dogs,
Hamburgers.
like woven together into a car.
Just like 4 little cut hot dogs for your Corvette.
It could, I don't know. It might work.
I just think that the sushi. I mean, I'm out on sushi, but the rest of it is great.
I'm all
I think
in on
it's pretty
sushi.
cool. So
We went and got sushi after the wedding. It was great.
you don't say.
How's that work?
Oh,
You got all
Mr.
that food?
Veerhout, here's your
It
table.
was actually not the regular restaurant we go to.
what?
I'll have you know.
What that's shady.
Yep.
That is sketch, Robbie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Can't
well.
even take
And
it.
I had a 40-minute wait.
So does that
See?
mean
Damn it.
does that mean he's embarrassed by his family? He wouldn't take him to his regular place
I didn't go with my family.
on his wedding day.
Well, when you don't drink and it's like you do an early wedding and you're like, you know what?
What do we do?
What are we doing for dinner? And everyone's like, we're all doing this, this, and this. I'm like, that all sounds terrible. So like it was
that's the
me,
best.
Jess, her friend from out of town, Josh and his wife, and then my sister. We're
Oh,
like,
okay.
let's just go get sushi.
Yeah, that's fair.
Perfect.
Sorry if I got your dad's suit dirty. I was driving the
I got
the
everyone.
Sonata.
I got everyone's everything dirty. It rained like
How-
6 inches.
How fucked is your yard?
It wouldn't have been so bad, except one of my guests thought it would be better to back out into the yard and go around, and he just buried himself in the
Oh
yard.
no!
Oh.
So there are like at least foot deep trenches going into my yard. So that's actual.
Wait, who drove through your yard?
A bunch of people drove through my yard. Like my dad in his Subaru, like he drove to the tent and
Right
back
up to
a
the
bunch of
tent.
times.
No, somebody drove through your yard to your driveway and up your driveway.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Drove like all the way from the house through the yard.
If that's the same person, that's the one that dug the trenches. They got stuck with their 4x4 pickup.
Oh,
Was it?
so somebody
Was
had
it-
to, somebody had to come save
So
them.
we had to pull the 4x4 pickup out.
Was it
Oh,
that
no.
4x4 pickup? You know the one I'm talking about.
No,
Not the Brodozer?
No.
There was a Brodozer on site.
I don't remember that one.
Did you see that? It was
No,
parked
I
right in
missed it.
front of his garage. Like it had a flatbed on it.
Oh, that's a work truck. That's a legit work truck
Well, yeah, but it's been Brodozed.
for actual field work.
Well, yeah, but it's got the
It's an
the
actual-
chrome grill on the front, and he's got rims on it. It's Brodozed.
It's.
I mean, he may use
It's
it.
a legit work truck.
He may
it's
use
like
it,
not even
and
for
I'm,
looks
and
at
I'm
all.
proud of him for it. But it's been Brodozed.
Oh no, that's
So did this truck get stuck up to the axles? Is that what happened?
yeah, basically.
Who pulled them out?
I don't remember. We were in the middle of the reception.
Oh, this happened shortly after we left.
Yes, like immediately after you left.
I know exactly where they did it.
Yep.
It's at that. It was leading up to the driveway to the exit.
Yep.
Because
It was very, very soft ground.
Such a mess.
I wonder what truck that was.
I'm not gonna say because I know who. it
Yeah,
is.
that's fine. That's a bummer though.
Yeah. So
You just fill it with some dirt and some.
well, when I woke up at 4 a.m. to a bunch of lightning and like pounding rain, I'm like, it's gonna be a good day. And it kept
Yeehaw.
going till noon. I was like, okay, well, guess we're getting married in a mud hole.
So we were hanging out in your garage
Yep.
with the race cars, as you do.
As you would.
And
with Booney.
yes, Booney was in there for a little while too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it was probably Jess's relation
Okay.
at some level. Older gentlemen's
Okay.
came in there and we're looking over your cars and like talking back and forth to each other. And one of them has clearly talked to you at some length
I would
about
imagine.
what it is that you do with these cars, but didn't fully grasp the concept.
I actually had at the hotel later. I had multiple conversations explaining what I do.
Oh, I'm sure.
Multiple.
And so listening to the guy who kind of knew what he was talking about, but clearly didn't grasp it, trying to explain it to a guy who didn't know anything about it at all. And I got up and walked away.
Just, yeah, you gotta let it go.
Just, I can't do this, but I'm not going to step in and be that guy either. I'm just going to walk away.
There was I could tell there was a handful of those conversations because I did get pulled aside. I was like, all right, so what do you do? And I didn't like it's nothing. It's like I go to the tracks and I drive as fast as I can, and then there's other cars there, and we pretend that we're racing each other. We're really nowhere near each other.
It's qualifying.
So when
I'm
people
qualifying.
ask, we're not racing each other.
Yeah, I'm qualifying. It's fine.
Qualifying.
Professional qualifier.
The handful of wheel-to-wheel people who listen to this are tickled to death that a time attack guy finally admitted it's just fucking qualifying.
I'm just qualifying, which is why I'm very slow.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it.
So, anyway, sushi taillights. Boony Boone.
Mr. Booney Boone, factorfabrication.com. You guys know how to find it.
I'm
You know
sorry
what's
about
there.
your shoes, Booney.
Sorry about your shoes, Booney.
My sweet new
I'm also sorry about
Balances.
your white New Balances, Adam.
Yeah, I bought a brand new set of white New Balances for
I
Bobby's wedding.
texted you and said, don't wear them.
I bought those the night before.
I said, don't
for
wear
your
'em.
wedding, Robbie.
I said, don't wear them. You could have wore his shoe condoms that he wore, that he would normally wears.
Did you finally get to wear your shoe condoms? I didn't even
No,
notice.
I wore suede shoes,
Sponges.
and they're fine because I know how to fix shoes.
He's not wrong.
And by I know
Did
how.
you see the shoes that I fixed?
Yes, they look
Do
great.
they look new?
They look brand new.
And by I know how, he means I take them to a tailor.
No,
No,
he did
a
it.
I did 'em.
shoe guy.
No, I did
and
'em.
he gets them fixed.
I was
with his shoe guy.
prepared to send the girlfriend the shoes to the shoe guy, and I said, "Let me take a hack at them," and they look brand new.
He's not wrong. Or you could go with the route I went and buy the cheapest plasticky
That would've
Chinese
been-
food or Chinese shoes you could find. No brand, nothing. They didn't let any water in.
That was
Don't
why
have
I wanted.
plastic.
That's why I wanted the New Balances because my old ones they're my summer shoes, so they're airy. You have. In all reality, New Balance owners they have two shoes.
I
They
know
have
they
a
do.
summer shoe and a winter shoe, and I needed to transition.
I understand.
So
Anyway, factorfabrication.com for all of your fabrication needs.
He will be getting some of my business this year.
You gonna do the stairs?
No. We're talking race cars.
Oh,
The
thought you meant that
No.
finally getting a railing on
that railing that
No.
almost killed like 6 or 7
Yeah,
people.
like,
That you didn't
yeah.
have.
That's their problem. No, the trailer needs a tire rack, and the 240 needs a legitimate splitter, and apparently the 350Z needs a finished cage. So we got all this stuff going on.
No,
How about this?
Robbie.
If you have something fun, artistic, kind of out there, a little different,
Yeah.
maybe you're not sure if he'll do it,
He'll do it.
just ping him. Because I was talking to him the other day, and he goes, railings are great, stairs are great. I'd like to do something fun. So we got something fun.
Unique projects. He's all about
You got
it.
something fun
Well, I
that'll
wonder
maybe make his brain
I wonder what would
work a little different.
What quantifies as fun for
Different.
Booney, I wonder.
Just something different
Just something different, something artistic.
Yeah,
Something that's not,
where he can showcase his skills.
yeah. Because, they're damn good at railings, but you do railings all the time. You want to not do railings. So, you know what I mean?
Oh, I get that.
You want to do something different. Plus, if you know Booney, you know kind of how he's wired. So, he likes a challenge.
Hell yeah.
So, if you got something fun, something in your mind, maybe, hit him up. See what he can do. He might tell you no.
But he might not.
He might not also. Okay, so for this week's topic, we decided to poll the group and find what are the worst automotive decisions you have made. We make a lot of bad decisions on this show, the three of us.
We
It
hang
makes
him
me-
out.
It makes me feel really good that they all make bad decisions
Yeah,
too.
it's not just us.
No, it's a group thing.
So
We all do
we
it.
opened this up to the consortium so that the folks on there could participate
It's
and
never
throw
not
out
funny.
their stories. It's the consortium's always good, and that's
It's
what
never
it's
not
called now.
funny when someone refers to it as the consortium. I have to laugh. It's never not funny.
So first and foremost, lots of stories. We're going to do our best to get through all of them. There are a lot of them. Second of all, I've never seen all of you be on topic, so that's
I'm
great.
so proud.
80 comments and it was all relevant.
Yeah, almost every single one of them.
I think
There's a
maybe
first time for everything.
I'm
think-
so proud of you guys.
maybe it's because the day before I'd done a meme war and worn them out a little bit.
Oh, okay. I see.
That
You know what
helps.
I mean?
That
It's like
helps.
it's like
Noted.
it's like when you take your dog and take him for a run or whatever before
Yeah,
bed,
yeah, yeah.
and then they go to
Yep.
sleep.
Uh-huh.
It's the same thing.
Which
So
is
maybe
exactly why my dog didn't bite anybody this weekend, because he was outside all day Friday helping us set up. Well, and then he slept.
He was
all day
social.
Saturday.
He
was so
come and
good.
hang.
He was
hung
so
out with us.
good.
May have let him out accidentally.
Yeah, I noticed that. But he didn't bite anybody.
Opened the door. I was like, "Hey, Yancy," and he just took off. I was like,
Whoops.
Shit.
What's he supposed to do? And I turn around, somebody goes running for him. I was like, okay, well,
Someone
that
else will get
person's going for him, I guess. Welcome. Glad I'm here.
This is the estate.
I'm here to help. So, anyway, let's try to get through as many of these as we can. And I think based on
We have nothing but time.
the good responses here, we'll do something else similar but different. And
so there's 80 comments. We'll dedicate 2 minutes to each comment.
I don't think... Ooh, shit, we got to get going. Derek Jester, I modified... So this can be cars you bought, mods you've made, repairs that went haywire, anything automotive related that was a bad decision.
No, see, I have
Derek,
pictures with you posted.
Yeah, Derek, some people didn't post pictures, so if you're on YouTube, you may not have photos.
You'll just see this generic photo.
You've disappointed Robbie.
Of this meme that I stole from It's Jazzy Jock.
Sure.
Okay, anyway, that's weird. I modified an Eagle Talon TSI. I'd stomp STIs on the interstate, but anything else was pretty much useless for. I found out what DSM stands for. Don't start modding or dump shitload of money.
It's accurate.
DSMs are not good. I'm not going to read these comments underneath. Just some conversation. So we're going to choose the worst story.
Oh yeah, whoever
did the worst choice, we're going to choose that person. And I think I said they win 1,000 internet points or something like that.
I think I'm being zucked.
What happened?
I can't find it.
Just go to the consortium and scroll down.
That's what I'm doing.
It's a little
You've been
buried.
zucked.
Yeah,
I've been zucked.
That sucks. It's because you got the app. Cody Spencer, I rode off my car when I hit a deer in Canada during the winter. My smart idea was to buy a used FRS and run it with all-season tires. Only about $3,000 worth of damage in the first 3 months.
Ooh.
Oh, the FRS was the... Hold on a second.
What?
I rode off a car when I hit a deer in Canada during the winter. Oh, so he bought the FRS, but all seasons on it.
And then
it wasn't as controllable, and he hit the deer. That's pretty forgivable. I'll give him that.
Freaking deer came out of nowhere.
All right, Mr. Zach Burt. I started building my RX-7. It was going to be a show car. So my worst idea was to mold the bumper, fenders, and headlights all together. And he's got a photo of it here. Fast forward many months, I decided I wanted to try the drifting thing for the first time. The car was LS swapped, but by then... but it had an auto transmission. I took it out and hit a corner when I was sliding. Let's see. I went over a curb and into a field, breaking all the mounting points for the front, and I got it stuck under the car, and it flipped up like Lambo doors. Felt dumb, looked dumb, and bought a T56 and never looked back.
Robbie, what's it like having body parts molded into your car?
It's the worst.
So
Zach and I should be best friends.
First of all,
we've made a lot of the same mistakes.
Zach's car looks fucking rad.
Well, yeah.
Zach has built some sick shit.
some of his 6 shits for sale if anybody wants a drift car chassis.
He built a Cavalier back in the day, like molded in different cars' taillights and stuff like that. Dude, it was sick.
I think him and I had very similar starts to all this.
So good. Loved it.
Daniel, he and I make all kinds of bad decisions together.
That's fair.
He does the watch thing. Did you know that?
No.
I
trying to make it worse.
I've heard that you've destroyed his life.
Yeah, I'm
systematically.
Trying to for sure make it worse and more expensive. So I feel
now
better
he's not
about myself.
getting. He was going to finish his car. Now he's buying watches.
Hell yeah, bro.
So there's his bad financial decision right there.
I'm leaving Zach's picture up until we find a new picture.
That's fair.
Because this is a good one.
It's so cool.
I put the wrong gaskets on a carb, which caused me to fill 2 cylinders with fuel. Let me tell you, this E85 is a fantastic cleaner and will wash the rings very quickly. Sounds bad.
That's not good.
That's
Anyway,
not even the worst part of it.
Anyway, I went to crank the motor, and it clunked, so I pulled the plugs and fuel poured out. From there, I went to crank the motor to spray all the fuel out, and that was all great, except I forgot to pull the hot wire from the distributor. Gents, E85 is so flammable, it's not even funny. The entire engine bay went up in flames. The puddle on the ground caught fire, and the fumes in the cylinders kept lighting in fire and backfiring out of the spark plug holes, giving me flashbacks. That, my friend, is why the motor is out of my car waiting for me to re-ring it. That's probably pretty high up on the list.
That might take the cake right off the bat.
That's a pretty good one.
Fire.
Hadn't considered that. That's crazy. Okay.
He says farther down there that he wanted. I finally found it.
That's good.
I've been zucked no more. I had to search for it.
He's going to get you
But
some
I
other
got
way.
there. he had to pop it in neutral and roll it, or he wanted to pop it into neutral and roll it into the street, but his truck was in the way, so it stayed in the garage.
So it was on fire in the garage.
So thankfully, ethanol burns quickly
Did he have an extinguisher?
and cleanly, and I think it just kind of put itself out.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Does anybody else know where their fire extinguisher is?
Yes.
Like their house fire extinguisher?
Yes.
Do you know where yours is?
I would go with Menards.
Okay.
Lowe's, maybe.
I got 3.
I need to get one more.
I got one in the kitchen, one in
The other day
one
I
in the
was-
shop, and one in the 240.
The other day I was thinking the one that I know where it is too far away. I think the one that I had under the sink is not there anymore, so I need to get another one.
Definitely wouldn't hurt to get a couple extra.
Yeah. Anyway,
one at
PSA.
all.
One at all would be
PSA.
a good idea.
I have one in the Omni.
There you go.
It's been in there since
I
I
was just
bought the
saying, how old
Omni.
is
It probably needs replaced.
PSA, buy yourself a couple fire extinguishers next time you're at
Yeah.
the Home Depot.
They're not that expensive.
They're surprisingly not expensive.
Until
When
you-
I bought
until
the
you
one
get
for the Omni,
Yeah, the ones for the cars, then they're a little more expensive.
that wasn't really that bad, though.
Wow, what's the chemical? The one that doesn't destroy your car?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have that one. Fuck it.
Oh, I got that one.
Oh, yeah.
Get that shit all over the place. It's fine as long as it's not on fire anymore. It looks like hot garbage anyway, Robbie. It doesn't matter.
I get that.
It's not worth anything, Robbie. I don't care.
I'd get a fancier one if it was in the Porsche, but the other cars, just hose them off or something. It'll be fine. Andy Sherman says,
Charmin, like the toilet.
Charmin, that's right.
Like his
He's-
decisions.
Oh!
He pokes at me all the
He
time.
just spoke to me just now.
I poked him the other
I
day.
posted
he poked me back.
Kevin Lawrence and I's like friendship thing, 2
Yeah,
years or whatever,
2
which I
years.
never post, but like
It's
Kevin,
funny.
Kevin
and I
Lawrence.
make kissy faces at each other on Facebook sometimes. So I posted that, and he's like, "Kevin, delete him. He's not one of your close friends." And I replied to him. I said, "Who are you?"
Oh, Andy.
In high school, I put a block lift on my '97 Chevy, 3" blocks, 3" blocks in the rear, and cranked the torsion keys. Okay, so you cranked that thing up. The U-bolts were not the right ones, so we rigged them to work. That sounds dangerous.
I would really like to know how do you rig a
U-bolt?
U-bolt?
2 blocks after the first drive, the rear end twists and pulled the drive shaft out with it.
Oh, boy.
Weird.
That's pretty bad, but not as bad as Daniel's.
I don't know, man.
Nah,
That's rough.
it's not a fire. He didn't almost burn his house down.
He could have burned his whole house down, man.
That's
That's
true.
pretty
His
bad.
wife and kid were probably inside. He says that was when he learned not to work late at night. So I'm assuming his wife and kid were home.
Not good.
I bought a used turbo, the same as Andy
Andy.
Sherman. I bought a used turbo kit for my TC, got it, had it installed, and the turbo was bad. Yeah, that would suck.
That's rough.
I bought a 240. He's not the only person on the list that said just that and then moved on.
No, he bought a 240 with an SR20.
Oh, shit.
Let's see here. Dennis Haminga. I don't know if we've talked to Dennis before. Has it been
Not
Dennis
much.
chat?
Not
Not
much.
much.
He's
He-
in
he
there.
put-
Hello,
once in a
Dennis.
while.
He doesn't talk much, but he posts when it's important, like this one.
While traveling to the country, I think he means into. Oh,
No, to the country that doesn't exist.
Yes. Mate.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, mate.
I had my roof painted to get rid of some clear coat issues to get it ready to sell. The dude called me after a week and they had pulled the clear coat off the rest of the car when they were removing the masking tape. Ended up in a full respray of the car that I was ready to sell.
Oh, gosh.
That would suck.
I'm trying to figure out what
that
it
sucks.
is. Is that a Subaru?
Nah, that's some
it's
Australia
yeah,
thing.
that shit that doesn't exist.
Yeah, you're not going to find it because it's not real, so stop looking
Yeah,
at
you're in
it.
America.
I think he's from America. I think he was visiting.
Yeah, you can go to different dimensions and shit.
No, I don't know.
You ever tried
you're
DMT?
right. He asked Dan Aykroyd that. Oh, it's the best.
Oh, really?
It was so funny.
Oh, my God. Okay.
All right, moving
Don't
on.
ruin it. Oh, maybe I'll listen.
You need to listen to that one. It's the best.
Andy Sherman again. He says, in college, I put Cobra badges, wheels, and bumpers on my 97 manual Mustang. That is not forgivable.
Ricer.
V6 Mustang.
That's pretty bad.
That's
not the worst one on
heresy.
this list.
No,
but
it's
pretty
definitely
bad.
not. It's not the worst.
A manual E-Man. One time I drove 2.5 hours when I was broke to buy this. What is it? What is
It's a CRX, And there's no bad decision in any
Okay,
of this.
all right.
post.
So anyway, so he drove 2.5 hours when he was broke to buy this as a daily driver. $500, 85 Honda CRX HF that was turned into a Del Sol. It was a 5-speed, could do 80 miles an hour in second, and topped out at 93. That's weird.
Economy gearing.
It would do 50 miles to the gallon. Probably not the best thing to count on every day.
I don't.
And he lives
see.
in Ohio.
Did it work though?
I mean, I don't know, but it's rad.
A CRX Del Sol's not.
Look how cool it looks.
Not real excited about it.
No.
Look how cool it is.
Maybe cool's not the right word.
It's cool.
But dude, if
It's
it worked,
quirky.
it's rad.
It's quirky.
if it worked for $500, I don't think that's that big.
I'm in on
big a
five.
deal.
I'm in at $500.
Shit, dude, I would have bought that for $500. Run that GLTC.
It's rad.
Hell yeah.
It's rad.
Let's see, Mr. Spencer Crone. We haven't. Is that the app?
That's Facebook.
What?
When you type rad, it highlights it in purple. If you click on it, it does that stupid
Oh,
shit.
I didn't realize it did that.
Oh, I had no idea that happened when you did that.
If you click
My phone-
congrats or congratulations or anything like that, it has
Wait.
another one.
Weird.
I got one for you. I'm glad everybody can participate. Oh wait, no, I can't text you because I don't have your phone number. Never mind. If people text you, if people text
We
you
talked about this at your wedding.
Yeah.
I don't have Michael's phone number
Nope,
anymore.
just Facebook.
I have no need for it.
when you text people happy birthday on the iPhone, it does
Yeah,
the
yeah.
balloon thing now.
Yeah, it's super annoying.
Lame.
Anywho, Mr. Spencer, we should hang out sometime or at least like pretend like we're friends.
Yeah, where the hell have you
Yeah,
been,
what the
man?
fuck, man?
Spent many monies on trucks that didn't run or needed finished that I would sit on and sell for a song.
That sounds like a good decision.
No, he lost.
Selling the bad decisions is a good decision.
Selling him
Sell-
for a loss.
Selling them
sucks.
for a song, does that mean a loss?
a big loss.
Oh, okay. Well, that
A
sucks.
song and dance.
Okay.
Just get this out.
I'm with
Get it
you
out of my
now.
life.
Come
What are some
on.
other toilet paper brands? Andy Brawny. What?
I like how he keeps.
He just
jumping.
keeps popping in.
That's a paper towel.
Damn it! What's some other toilet paper?
I don't know. Charmin.
I don't know.
What the fuck? are
Trader
there?
Joe's brand toilet paper.
Good, great value.
Great value. Andy Great Value says when I
Quilted
got
Northern. That's
Quil-
one.
Andy Quilted
Quilted
Northern. Thank you. When I got rid of the V6 Must, that was hard. We almost
How
didn't
do
make it.
How do we not know toilet paper brand?
Dude, I just grabbed one off the
Who looks
shelf.
at toilet paper brands?
Nobody.
Who looks at you just go to the store and you go, there's a bunch of math on the outside of the package and you go, that toilet paper looks fine and it looks vaguely like the quantity that I want, and that's what you buy.
It's the one I bought last time. It's the one
No,
I'm
dude, I
buying
can't even
this time.
fucking do that.
No,
I do that.
So
I do. I
disassociated
grab
with
I grab it and I go look at it and goes septic safe. Good enough.
Yeah, there you go.
That means bad,
I don't care.
usually.
No, it's Charmin.
Oh, okay.
All right, Mr. Quilted Northern. When I got rid of the V6 Mustang, I bought a stock Auto V8 for much less and put a 6-inch cow hood on it. So
6
sucked
inch?
to see. Yeah.
No kidding.
Spencer's reply to that was whale dick? Question mark. Fair enough.
That's
Not the worst one yet, but fair enough.
I think that considering he's a repeat offender,
Does this add up?
I think it might.
he just
It's
made
like
a series of bad
it's like
decisions.
compound interest.
I thought I had made a series of poor decisions in my life, car related, but Andy's got me beat,
Mr. Adam,
but not me.
not you. I got into cars in the first place. Not totally wrong.
Feel that deep in my soul.
Justin replied, the first free hit from the Candyman is always the most expensive.
It is.
All of that is true. Okay. William. High school me, meaning him. High school me spray painted racing stripes on my first car's hood. It's a 1991 Geo Metro.
Just fucking rad.
Not the worst.
Could be worse.
Probably in poor taste, but not the worst.
I'm not mad about it though.
Mr. Burchak, which you met.
I met him.
He's just,
Man,
he's
the other
just
day.
trolling me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
He's
that was
just
his troll
trolling
mark.
me.
He wants you in a green leisure suit, which if we can find one for him, we'll get it.
Absolutely.
That'll be a waste of your money.
Max from Factor Fabrication. I use Mobile One 5W30 in my E30.
Been there.
No further explanation. That's it.
We get it.
Andrea, who's apparently one of our 3 female listeners, so
Hell yeah.
Thanks for holding your own in the group. Sorry in advance, and for anything that happened before.
She's engaged
Yeah.
to a listener as well. To,
yes,
to
That
Tyler,
that makes sense.
who's farther down in the
She's a listener by proxy.
Yes,
Fair
but
enough.
she's also apparently a car girl, which is
Yes,
awesome.
that's great.
So
I bought a 240, and that's it. We're moving on. No, okay. I bought a 240 that had been daily. This is actually bad. I read this one
it's
earlier.
so bad.
Had been daily driven through multiple Canadian winters for a project car. I knew about the rust, but the repairs others have done, repairs in quotations, others have done are super cringeworthy. Coilovers, someone took a pipe wrench too, so they weren't adjustable.
Oh my gosh.
Wheel studs not even pressed into the hubs. That scares me. That's
Oh my God.
pretty scary. Popcorn welds on multiple pieces of metal slapped onto the frame rails.
my
The
God.
dash bar was held in with 2 out of the 4 bolts. Someone used a quick dry gasket cement stuff to make sure the header wasn't going to leak on the motor. The list goes on. The more I tear it apart, but it's my first project car, and I've lucked out on getting some nice pieces for it. So, regrets, yes. Making the best of it, also.
That's
That
the
is
right
life,
attitude
I
to have.
suppose. Yeah.
That's kind
Sometimes
of project car.
Hang in
life.
there. Yeah, hang in there.
that's kind of 240 life, isn't it? It's just not good.
It can be good. Throw a V8 in it, and that's good.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you buy a 240 that's not been
Oh, it is.
whatever'd at this point,
You will be shocked
it's
at
the
how
same.
poorly done things are repaired.
Let's see. Justin here, he says buying a 6.0 Ford, and he's got a photo of a Ram towing the Ford. So I assume that was not good.
Found on road dead.
Cummins.
I mean,
Yep. Exactly. Chad Bartling, he's been active in the group. Traded my 73 El Camino, my first rebuilt 350, and $1,300 for an 81 Monte Carlo with a 265. 3 months later, and another rebuilt 350, I fought small issues with the car and attempted to attend college. Intake was too tall, cut a hole in the hood, put an 80s
Yeah,
mailbox hood scoop on it. 3 months after I was happy with the car, I pulled up too far at a stop sign and took the whole right side of a 91 at the time new. Dodge Daytona off.
come on, man.
Come on.
Come on.
Bent the frame over.
Ooh.
Bent the frame over into the power steering pump, sold it for $800, basically the motor. Wish I still had the El Camino.
I get that. He looks super rad next to it in his picture.
I assume that's prom.
Nah, it's just Saturday night.
That's what
That was the 80s, man.
Yeah, man.
you just wore a tux every once in a while.
Yeah.
I can respect that. That's fun.
A white top tux. I like it. The white jacket and everything. It's good.
And a bow tie.
Chris Booth. Oh, K&N filter or K&N lightly oil ? Nope. Went on like a deep fryer.
Dip the whole filter in?
That's the right amount of oil, isn't it?
It's always good for your math.
Yeah, I'm sure it's happy.
Zach
Hopefully, you
Woods.
didn't do that on a Volkswagen.
I bought a 97 Chrysler LHS in 2007. Do you remember this car? I know somebody that had
Yes.
one. It's
How can
not.
How can you not remember?
It's not good.
The Chrysler LHS.
It's not a good car.
It's got no redeeming qualities.
It is so weird looking.
So
Do you know what this car is?
Hold on.
You should look at it.
It's-
1997
I'll pull it up for
Chrysler
everybody.
LHS.
It was like the luxury version of the Concorde.
I know why I bought it, because it was cheap and it had leather seats,
Yes. Yes.
and it probably seemed like a good idea.
It's a Chrysler product. How bad can it be?
Bad.
They usually don't die.
Very,
though.
very-
They just lots of stuff goes wrong on them.
What's wrong with these pictures?
They're
I remember
from the
this car.
90s because no Chrysler LHSs still exist. Yeah,
That's fair.
I remember that
That's
car.
fair.
A handful of people had them in
This is
high
the
school.
one that if you talk to people about it and they know anything about it, they like to tell you that it was designed by Lamborghini.
Oh, Jesus.
That's that
No.
car.
No, that's
No,
the Stratus, isn't it?
Well, it's one and the same.
Oh, okay. You're
That's what I'm
probably
saying.
right, yeah.
Terrible.
It's not good. Okay. So I went through 2 inches somehow, despite changing the oil regularly and only beating the piss out of it on rare occasion. I stand corrected. I
sure.
said Chryslers don't blow up. Apparently they do. I learned to drive like an old man, but knew that it would happily glide by Hondas, trying for their top speed on the highway. It's not saying a whole lot, to be fair. I will never consider buying. Oh, there's a footnote here next to never. I will never consider buying another Chrysler product because of it. The mechanics at the shop it got towed to, did some tests, and said it had too many issues to even consider keeping.
Wow.
They were just trying to get it on the cheap. He was a collector. For sure.
Collector of rare disbanded Lamborghini designs.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a collector for everything, apparently. Somebody paid $26,000.
He's mad about something.
Dude, I'm just reposting BAT stuff now. I'm waiting to get blocked. I really am. But dude, somebody paid $26,000
Okay.
for a...
So you just posted it.
Oh, you don't know about this.
I don't know anything about anything.
Okay. $26,000, 53,000 miles.
Okay.
Just throw a car out that sounds like it would fit that description. 26 grand, $53,000.
This is going to upset me. So let's go with a non-M E36.
Okay. But you would never pay that.
No.
Okay, for $26,000, would you buy I bet for 26 grand. No.
Oh, you're saying, am I supposed to put out a car I would buy for $26,000?
Yeah, give me a car you would buy for $26,000 with 50,000 miles.
Like a GTO?
Oh, I think you get a GTO way cheaper than that.
Are they cheaper than
Yeah.
that? Oh, okay.
Thankfully.
Or maybe like a G8 GXP?
Yeah, there you
You
go.
find a
That's
G8
fair.
for 26 with 50-some thousand miles on it. You're doing pretty good
That's
for
fair.
yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think
That'd be a
so. I
sweet
think that's a
ride.
good deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, somebody got a bad deal. They bought a
Okay.
Volvo V70R,
Oh.
26 grand.
Oh, okay. Is this the one that was touted as the nicest Volvo V70R in the country?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I wasn't paying that close of attention. But it's got 53. It's not a collector car, in my opinion, because it's got so many miles on it.
That's not a ton of miles for a Volvo.
It's not a $26,000 car.
Not to you. It is to somebody. It is to at least.
Maybe almost two people.
Well, it's a $25,000 car to at least two people, and a $26,000 car to at least one.
I felt good that at least some other people on the BAT page were like, but why? I mean, okay, rare car,
But, like-
yes. Fast car, yes. It is a fast car. I'll give you that.
and is it a manual? Do you know?
I would assume. No?
It was
This
an automatic.
This one was an automatic.
All right,
Well, this is a
that's little
6-speed
tough.
manual, and it's only 9,000.
How many miles?
Who cares?
250.
165.
Oh, see,
That's a lot. Maybe you can't find one
triple.
with 53,000 miles on it anymore.
It's because they're Volvos. People drive them.
That's true.
Drive them all
man,
over.
That's a lot. That's
Who would pay that much
that's
for
a lot of
wagon?
money.
Come on, Robbie. Come on,
Yeah,
Robbie.
confirmed it was a slushy box.
That is a bum
I'm sorry, what?
deal.
Slushy
Slush
box.
Okay.
You okay?
You never heard it called a slush box?
Nope. Had a wholly different picture in my head.
You've never heard of a slush box before?
I have, but not about a car.
Oh, I thought everybody knew that term.
No.
Katie had never heard of the term that Robbie is thinking of.
Yeah.
And so I said something. She said something about having a really nice box or something like
I'm
that.
just dying.
And so I explained it to her, and she's just like, "That's not a thing." And I was like,
It's
It
a
is a
thing.
thing.
"It's totally
It's
a thing." And I was like, "Text your friends." And so she texts like 2 or 3 of her friends, and they're like, "Yeah, like, yes, I've heard of it being called a box before." And she's like, "God,
We kept using the word moist at work today. It was great.
excellent, perfect, thank you."
Scott Blue, I wanted to get into racing and decided my car was too nice. I don't know what Scott had before. Maybe a Mustang? Do you have a Mustang? Anyway,
Badass Miata for
so I bought a fun, cheap track toy, a wrecked Miata from Copart. It was already supercharged
Seems
and it had a roll
reasonable.
bar.
That seems totally reasonable.
Yeah.
So far, I'm not opposed to this.
supercharged-
Supercharged Miata on Copart, I would buy that.
Supercharged Miata would be kind of fun, right?
Good times.
It'd make some cool noises and be all right.
Yes.
Beat a couple Hondas.
All the Hondas.
Most.
Well,
But,
except for a couple.
Yeah, except for a couple. All the stock Hondas.
There you
yeah,
go.
for
There you
sure.
go.
All
There you go.
stock
There you
Hondas.
go.
Rebuilt it.
Absolutely.
And the clearly blown supercharger. Probably could have guessed that.
Yeah.
And street sharked it for 2.5 hours each way to and from the track. What the hell does that mean?
I think he street drove it. For 2.5
Street
hours
shark?
each way,
Like-
to the track.
Like Greg Norman, like the Shack, the Australian guy, the golfer. Mate.
No, I think
Street
he's
shacked?
like roll racing Hondas on the interstate on his way to the road course racetrack, just having
Oh.
a good old time.
Thought you were talking about
I
Greg
don't.
Norman.
I don't support street racing.
No.
But if we call it street sharking,
Still
nobody
think-
knows.
I still think that has to do with Greg Norman.
I
but
might
that's
be
fine.
in on street sharking. That sounds like a good time.
Like, I need to know.
Are you gonna Google it?
I need to know.
Street shark.
What does
Street-
Urban Dictionary define as street shark?
Why does it sound funny? Street sharking.
Russian street sharking. I feel like I shouldn't open this.
Why is it funny? It's not that funny. What's it say?
All right. First thing that pops up: Russian street sharking on this website.
Yep.
And
You're gonna click on that for sure.
and the
Click on it.
and the description is Russian street sharking. Typical day in Russia. Period. Guy rides around on his bike and pulls down girls' shirts to see their titties.
What?
I'm not opening that.
Holy crap!
Literally the only thing on here as street sharking. And then the fourth one down is on xvideos.com. That's a porn site. I'm not opening that either.
Maybe he's talking about driving around with the top down on the Miata. That's street sharking, right?
There was that TV show Street Sharks from back in the day.
Oh hell yeah! Those were sweet.
Wait.
That was like
are we totally missing
that was like a
something here?
Teenage
Urban
Mutant
Dictionary.
Ninja Turtle ripoff. It was pretty cool.
Urban Dictionary. Oh, that's where this came from. Enormous guy at the gym who obviously is on steroids and has tiny legs and looks exactly like Street Shark.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he was
Maybe he's pulling down some titties.
I think he's just driving around
Small
with the top
legs.
down on the Miata.
I think that would make more sense. Yeah, it's the. Like if you go, I'm glad I don't have this
Wait.
open because if you go to images, it's all boobs.
What the hell? Okay. Anyway.
Is that what he meant?
No. We have an opportunity here to put our own definition on Urban Dictionary. This is where we leave our mark on the world. We figure out what that means from Scott.
I think it's roll racing Hondas on the interstate.
Okay.
On your way
he can
to
tell
and
us what it
fro.
means.
I have
the racetrack.
All right,
He can tell us what. Okay.
This one might actually be relevant to what we're talking about because like the 30 other pictures to get to this point
It's porn.
were porn because people sexually offending or sexually harassing other
This
people.
show's gonna get taken off of YouTube
No, it's
and
not.
iTunes.
It's fine.
What do you got, Robbie? Show us a
I
picture.
think it's just like drifted. No, I can't. It's a video.
Is it drifting?
Yeah, he's like drifting through the streets.
oh, maybe that's what it is.
Okay. Anyway, Scott can tell us what street sharking means. We can put it on Urban Dictionary, and then we can all upvote it.
I'm closing these tabs.
All right. Anyway,
He bookmarked them for later though.
I got better.
so he was street sharking for 2+ hours. Along the way, I added lots of go fast bits.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Street sharking has to be like weaving back and forth.
That's what I'm saying.
Like just.
I've never heard anybody use that term before.
But yeah, but a shark would do a shark.
you've never
Is
heard-
it because he's got a wing on it?
He's got a
And
big
it, like,
wing, and then he's
and like you drive. That's what it is. You've got a wing on your car, but you got a Miata, so it's short. And when you drive by people, they look out their window, and all they see is the wing go by.
That makes sense.
That's brilliant.
And then
I love
street
it.
sharking.
And then
I love
weaving back and forth between lanes like a shark would. That's
'cause
relevant.
Sharks can't like be still.
For the record, 10 Tenths Podcast does not agree with Russian street sharking, which is driving past girls and pulling their shirts off.
Don't do that.
That
You'll
is
for sure be in a jail cell.
that is a crime.
That's a crime. Don't do that. What was the
Yeah.
other one that you found? Oh, the cartoon.
The cartoon.
That was yours.
So it's either the cartoon or it's Miatas with big wings driving by people
I like it.
in their minivans.
I like that one the best.
I like that a lot.
All right. Well, we'll try to get that on Urban Dictionary. Oh boy, what were we doing?
We're wrapping the show up,
so
I think.
he added lots of go fast bits. In about a year, I decided I needed an aluminum racing seat to hold me in better. I was getting faster, which made drives a bit more uncomfortable. That makes sense. Another few months of driving to the track in those aluminum buckets, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to start towing to the track with air conditioning and a comfy seat? I bought a trailer, which costs more than the Miata. Yeah, I've heard that.
Been there.
That's been there. Now at least I had a trailer. I felt comfortable pushing the car a little harder and myself a little harder because I didn't need to drive the car home. Pushing it harder, I proceeded to melt a piston, break a valve, and score up a cylinder, but I won a $2 coffee cup that says first place.
Worth it.
It's a victory. Victory.
Now that I needed a motor, I reasoned that it was a perfect time to K-swap it. Since a built Miata motor costs $7,000 to $8,000. It costs $8,000 to make 100 horsepower?
Yes.
A built motor, he said. So 120.
Yeah. Spec Miata, dude.
Oh, I'm sold now. Never mind.
No, spec Miata motors are
Like 25.
That's a steal of a deal.
Yeah, and that's a different deal. To make what, 3 more horsepower?
Yes.
Like literally.
I think that if I remember right, these are numbers I'm half pulling out of my ass, but I think Josh's old 1.8 Miata, NA Miata, made like 112, and they had a $20,000 engine spec Miata that made like 120
That sounds right.
or something stupid, and the 1.8 that was in Josh's car was just like coil, or it was like a coil on plug conversion and like some advanced timing.
Okay.
Worth it.
Anyway, and that's how I managed to spend $25,000 on a $3,000 salvage style Miata and develop a financially ruinous addiction to racing.
Welcome to the club.
I was going to say, we can't put him at the top because then we would all be there.
He is
Also,
just par for the course.
That car is
Rad.
gorgeous.
I like his Miata.
You do a lot
I
of sharking with that wing.
That blue.
You've done yourself a good job there, Scott. That car.
We will see, we will see you at Grid Life.
I bet it's fast with that K in it.
Oh, yeah.
That's fast
That'd be
now.
a fun car. Very
Looks
fun
real
car.
good. I like it.
Nathaniel. Do we see? No, I don't think I had Nathaniel before.
Nope. That's where we're starting.
I put far more money, thousands, into a car that would be worth maybe $1,500 if it weren't a salvage title, and it's still leaking and burning oil. But I couldn't get rid of it because it's sentimental, and it's been a trusty steed since I inherited it. That's not so bad.
Nah, that's not the worst.
It's good that, like, because I assume when he says he inherited it, that he got it from like a
Family member.
family, grandparent, parent, something like that. And like, that's cool that you're, trying to
Hang on to it.
keep it alive. It's respectable.
Ben Solm.
We know him.
Ben.
Mine would be taking a perfectly good, strong-running car and tearing it completely apart to build a super sick, high-horsepower drift car. I've been sidelined for 2 years, and it's all my fault.
What's that like?
Sounds
Welcome to the
like
club.
the same. So, congrats.
Ben's car is one of my favorites.
Ben's car is good.
Still.
Yeah.
It is funny that he took a perfectly clean 240 and just caged it, tubed it, everything.
Such a cool car, though.
It is a great car.
It's awesome. Don't get me wrong.
What is that one?
Supercharged.
Bro.
I'm asking.
I'm giving you one chance.
I'm going to guess.
Redeem yourself.
I'll give you bonus points if you can guess the year.
I'm not even going to get the first points, let alone the bonus points. Is it an S14?
All right. Now what year?
Just take a stab in the dark.
Just look at the headlights.
That doesn't help.
It might.
This is like asking you
Look
to
at
guess
the
the
headlights.
year of an Omni, Robbie.
I could do it.
No, you couldn't.
84.
They're all 84. They only made it for
that's
1
one
year.
of them.
They made 1 million cars
It's
in
not even-
84 and then
it's
stopped.
I don't know.
I think it's an 95. Because there's only 25,000 of those, and there's like 6,000 of any of the other ones. Moving on.
Luke, I bought a 240 once. I keep buying them after I say no more.
He does do that.
It's true. I've seen him have verts. I've seen him have hardtops. I've seen him have had hatches, coupes, 13s, 14s.
He keeps going
12s,
back.
15s,
Yeah, he don't
16s,
care.
all
He's
over the
got a
place.
problem.
And then he painted his car again. It's blue.
It looks good.
Seriously?
Yep.
Yeah, it's blue now. Joseph King spent way too much time trying to build a better car than just driving the crap out of it. My first Festiva was built to be a drag car.
Which did just a Festiva drag car? Talk to me about this.
He's got like 12 Festivas. He's got one for every
Like
occasion.
legitimately 12 Festivas.
Yeah, we're not joking.
I get it together and then break something because of something I did or cheap parts within a week or two. And then I try to upgrade something or change something because I didn't like it. It'd sit for another year or so before the same thing happened, breaking. I finally bought my current track car to be my daily, and it was up until the beginning of this year. It was its daily up until the beginning of this year. I just keep it simple with the suspension wheels and a bolt-in engine swap. I've been driving it across the country, beating the crap out of it, and then driving it home. So much more fun than just sitting in the garage working on it all the time. Sounds like he's bragging. Is he bragging? It sounds like he thinks he's better than us.
I think that's exactly what he thinks.
That wasn't a mistake.
Like,
That's
you
just
guys
life.
put turbos and shit on your cars and blow them up. I'm just driving around having a good time.
In my Festiva.
Hell yeah.
Like one of the most popular dudes at Grid Life
Thanks.
because everybody loves the Festiva.
Drives the shit out
Thanks
of
for
that car.
rubbing in that the rest of us are miserable.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's
We've
true.
said that before, though. Don't over-modify your car.
Don't do it.
Tyler, who is...
Yep.
Yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
That is, yes.
Yes. Bought a new car for Canada winters. 7 years in, I have 1,700 kilometers, which I think is like 180.
17,000 kilometers.
17,000 kilometers, but I think it's like 180,000 miles. I have no idea.
It's probably definitely not that.
It's got to be pretty close. So, and on it, and the transfer case is the lone survivor of the factory powertrain. Don't buy new cars. You can't be trusted not to fuck with them. But I mean, if it made 180,000 miles, I mean,
That's pretty good for an Evo.
Really, yeah,
It's pretty
really
great.
good
For,
that's pretty good for an Evo. So I don't
Good job.
think. I don't think that's that bad.
fact,
Peter,
Is he bragging too?
yeah, he's also bragging. Got the world's most reliable Evo. Like, thanks, dude.
The only picture he sent, it's like the car's in 100 pieces.
He blew his motor up at Alpine Festival.
Yeah.
All right,
That sounds like something an Evo would do.
Peter, I took out a huge loan to buy a 350Z when I was 19. I thought I was prepared for all the expenses that came with the car. I was wrong. After a few months, I decided I needed to sell it, but couldn't since I was upside down. Was stuck with it for 3 years until I was finally able to sell it. Excuse me, I loved the car the whole time. I owned it, but it damn sure hurt me financially. It taught me a valuable lesson, though: no more car loans. I think a lot of people have done that. That's forgivable.
You
Yeah.
could change the car to TT and the age to 22, and it would be my life story as well.
Yep.
Cam, Mr. Cam Lancaster. My first car was a 94 Volvo 850. None of the dash lights were working when I got the car, so I used book lights to see my speed at night. I read this one earlier. It's great. Eventually, I decided to change the lights behind the gauge cluster in my first repair effort.
Yes.
And to remove the gauge cluster from one of these cars, you have to pull 75% of the dash out of the car. After removing the dash, destroying the majority of the old clips on reinstallation, and hours of working, I turned the car on to see no dash lights. I got confused, then saw that there was a panel dimmer switch on the dash. I flipped the switch to see all of my lights turn on. I successfully made a car worse in a repair attempt, then proceeded to continue this obsession of inconsistent repair work on my own vehicles. That's pretty good.
Oh no,
That's pretty high up there.
Been there.
that's
It's a good story, though. All right. Oh my God, is this guy Tom Allen or Tom Petty? Who is this? Which famous person is this? That was it. That was my joke. Okay, sorry. My
I
dad
don't
was
know what else to go with that. It's true though.
my
gonna
dad's
go
a
with Tom
mechanic,
Allen.
and he gave me a. Sorry, I'm still laughing at myself. Hold on. My dad is a mechanic, and he'd have me swap old tired 350s with Goodwrench engines into farm trucks when I was 14 all summer because the shop was too busy to mess with them. So Goodwrench engines, we used to call them like Mexico.
It's just like
Mexican crate engines. That's what
Yeah,
we called
just
them
a
because they came
cheap
from
crate
Mexico. Yeah. He had a customer tell him that if I took out a low mile 350 Goodwrench out of his truck and put in a 454, that I could have the good low mile Goodwrench 350 in quotes for my Nova. The motor looked clean. I had the Goodwrench valve covers, and we never checked the casting numbers. After I pulled it, started to really question if it was what he claimed it was. Then the real fun began as I put the 454 in. The customer supplied all the parts for it, and I had the motor in and out a few times because of the wrong motor mounts and headers. Still had issues with the rest of the parts that were supplied after the motor finally got situated. Got the train wreck out of the shop, then pulled the 350, put the 350 in my Nova, did cams, lifters, double roller timing, chain, and aluminum intake. Dad called me and said that the farmer had just junked a truck. He'd put a new carburetor on 6 months ago, so he said go right out there and buy it. I was 15. God, I wish I was doing all that motor swapping when I was 15.
that's wild, isn't it?
No kidding.
So I rode out my old XR200R out to the farmer's house with a bag of tools and a duffel bag to get the carburetor. On my way back, I smoked a deer with my dirt bike and walked to the nearest house a few miles away with a broken arm, told Brad, the farmer out grinding the corn, to call my dad and tell him I had ran out of gas because I didn't want him to panic. I installed the carburetor the next day. That was unhurt from the crash because it was in a duffel bag. The motor spins a bearing 4 weeks later. Then I buy a used 383 stroker, blow it up racing. Broke pistons, cracked head, rebuilt it with the money left in the banana stand. See, he's got some bananas. The
What a lucky guy.
17-year-old me is still 17, had at the time from working on a hog farm on the weekends and body shops on the weekdays in the summer. Never had an issue since, and it's been 11 years. Spend the money. You will make more. You will spend more time and money messing with junk that isn't junk.
These are facts.
It's bragging again at the end.
Yeah,
There's just a lot of
just
bragging. You're like,
fixed
hey,
all this
my
shit.
stuff works. Like,
11 years later.
That's not so bad.
No,
I think we all
it-
went through that period.
Yeah, we've
That's-
all junked motors.
Broken arms. It's fine.
Yeah, we
broke some arms. Dustin bought a BMW 330xi.
That
was it.
definite
But
mistake.
that's not the worst. Oh no, he goes on. I was about 5 years old when we got it. Still not the worst decision. Did a 5-year-old buy a BMW? Bought a BMW.
I think that he may have
330.
missed a number.
How old does Dustin look?
Dustin's from Sioux Falls.
Yep.
Okay.
I would guess
is.
he's a few years older than we are,
Okay.
probably.
Now let's just keep going. Let's see what happens here. So, baby bought a
30s?
BMW. Still not the worst decision. Needs shocks and alignment shortly after we bought it. No surprise. Convinced the wife. It's a married baby. Convinced the wife. He must have meant 25.
I assume.
Man, if I was 5 buying BMWs and was married, like,
That's it. You got your shit together, man.
am I
It's not a
doing?
big deal.
I'm 32 and I don't do any of those things.
He's bragging again. People are bragging about having all this success.
What have I done with my life?
Successful baby. Like, we get it. Thanks a lot. Convinced the wife, since we have to swap parts, let's lower it. Done that.
But yeah, that's good.
That was a bad decision. Went to Turner Motorsports, bought Bilstein's and HR springs. Car looked badass. Rode like a Honda with cut springs. That'll get you every time. Wife has issues with neck pain and headaches. Ooh, that's not fun. That's too bad. $1,500 in suspension. Took it off after 200 miles. Tried selling it online. Got $300. Oh, best offer was $300. Fuck that guy.
Yep.
Gave the new owner that shit when we sold the car. Still hearing about it 5 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the
There's
best.
some lessons in there, I suppose. You just gotta... Yeah.
Gotta learn somehow.
Yeah. That's not the worst. I've done that. And the suspension was bad. And you just, you move on.
He put Racelands
I
on.
put
his
Racelands
GTI.
on. He spent money on his stuff.
Yeah,
I
those
didn't.
things.
I didn't do that. It's hot in here now, isn't it? It's very
It's
warm.
warm in here.
It's a little warm.
Yeah.
Starting to feel moist.
Booney says, I agreed to go to an autocross with Josh Jones.
We all know how that turned out.
Yeah. Look at him now. He's got a supercharged clown shoe he never drives. And crazy wild
LS
endurance
swapped
car.
endurance car.
Hint, hint. Oh, that's what I forgot to ask. I was going to ask him how the LS swap was going this weekend. I forgot.
Shit, we both forgot.
Dang it.
We were being cordial. We were at a wedding. We were trying to be
Yeah.
polite.
Yeah, but
Jameson,
not to him.
when I was 16, I bought a Lincoln Town Car Executive Limousine. 31 feet.
That is not a mistake.
I have more stories about this limo.
I don't know if we should share.
So,
Share.
Mr. Carlson, younger than me, lived in my hometown.
Yeah.
Friends with Dalton Klein.
Oh, that's a good start.
Dalton ended up with this limo.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes, he did.
It was a deal. But we cruised around in town with it a couple times. It was great.
He
It's a
said,
great way to go street
he said,
sharking.
I enjoy, you could do a lot of street sharking in there. Get a wing on there and just take off. I enjoyed it. My dad didn't, and I was in some trouble after the purchase.
I believe
That's
that.
pretty funny.
I believe
That's probably
That's-
how Dalton Klein ended up with
That's
it.
not a bad decision. That's a hell of a good story.
Mr. Jake Reel, I don't have any pictures anymore, but the light up flame seat covers in my Mustang were a bit much. Light up flame seat covers?
Whoa!
When we did Due to My Ricer, why didn't that?
Where was that, Jake? Jeez.
he knew. He knew.
Come
You
on.
just saving
man.
that one?
Yep.
Thousands of dollars spent on a car that ended up being rusted out, picking up a truly rust-free project this weekend and starting over from square one. He's got a third gen.
Oh, that sucks, dude. That sucks big time.
Yeah, that's
Rusted out
rough.
cars, yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Harkness, we know Joe.
Yep.
Too long,
Miata Joe.
didn't read.
He's got.
I could never remember that. I'm surprised that I remembered it that time. The TLDR, yeah.
Oh,
Bought a
okay.
Miata. How are we doing on time here?
We got nothing but time.
We got about 15 minutes. Oh, we're getting down to it. We're getting close here.
Yeah,
okay.
it's all good.
Drove 6 hours south to trade a running but broken dirt bike for my first Miata. Drove said Miata back to Elmwood while a tornado was ripping through central Illinois. True story, got the car home and started going through it, found out how bad I was at spotting bad things very quickly. I found out that I drove this Miata home without the motor mounts bolted in. The radiator was held in by baling wire. The subframe was cut up to have a small block Ford motor put in it, which the previous owner neglected to mention.
Oof, duh.
The shocks were all blown out. The exhaust was 20 different pieces cobbled together. Much of the wiring had been done because of the supposed V8 that ran off the stock ECU, and I fixed most of it. At one point, I had a Cobalt SS rear wing on it.
Hell yeah.
Then an APR 200 carbon wing. Then
There's nothing wrong with that wing.
I threw parts at it thinking I knew what I was doing. Coilovers, lightweight flywheel, and clutch. eBay special dual-core radiator that I made a mount for out of a desk drawer rail slider.
Was it a movable radiator?
Jesus. Roll bar, big brakes, full exhaust, cheap 6UL wheels, threw Hoosiers on it, and went to my first autocross and won my class as a novice. Then I bought 4 more Miatas. 4 more! That's 5. It's not even 4, it's 5. After that, and I still made the stupid decisions like lifting and Ella swapping them.
He did that.
Sorry, the weather has just taken a turn for the worse.
Good.
It's stormy.
Somebody's
Stormy
crazy
again.
shitty out
driving
there?
through
Yeah,
my
it
yard,
sucks.
but it's
Nope. More
raining.
Lightning.
He's got some photos here. Nick DeVries, I bought a 240. I sold my daily for a Civic with a built engine running E85. So, okay, all right.
Not good.
It's off to a bad start.
It's off to a bad start. I got some a Honda. The person that built the engine decided to delete the spring tensioner on the timing belt. But rather than spend any more money on a proper tensioner, he rigged up a fixed pulley. It failed in less than 100 miles.
Well, yeah.
Timing skipped an adios engine. I
Oh,
learned the hard
man.
way not to trust other people's work. That you don't know.
These are facts.
That's
live and let live.
Yeah,
What?
that's not.
Is
that
that-
wasn't that bad of a decision.
Is that like a bad tensioner design? And people would not want that? Like, is that a thing? I realize I'm not asking the right people.
Don't have a clue.
But like, why would you take off a tensioner?
Bro, you haven't heard of tensioner delete?
No, actually.
Everybody's fucking doing it, man.
Oh well, I
You need to
guess
get
I'm-
in that hard park scene.
Yeah,
that probably is a hard park thing. Tensioner delete.
Something weird.
That's something you put on a list for sure.
Every list I make for a car now that I post online will say tensioner delete on it.
See if anybody notices.
Yeah.
it.
The fuck are you doing?
See how long it takes.
Dallas. Most of my bad decisions are Subaru related. I bought an 05 Legacy GT for $7,000. It is a turbo one,
Legacy GT. You're
which is a car I
you're
like.
pro Legacy GT.
I like the Legacy GT a lot. For $7,000. Only have the motor blow up within a month. Yeah, they do that. I didn't have time, money, or space to put a new engine and turbo in, so I sold the car for $2,000.
Ooh.
That makes for a pretty hard lesson.
That's
that
an expensive
sucks.
lesson.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Then he has a meme. You probably didn't capture this. It's a
Nope.
dog drinking out of a juice box, and it says me on the dog, and then the juice box says dumb fuck juice. It's pretty funny.
Been there.
He has quite a list of them, but one of them that is in here. I think he was trying to compete with Andy for the number of bad decisions.
Okay.
But he bought a 76 Jaguar XJ12L with a Chevy 350, which sounds like great
Yeah,
ideas.
so he's on the right end of the spectrum right now.
I
Yeah.
see where this is going.
Cool car, but my mistake was that I was in California and it was 1 year too new to be exempt from admissions.
Damn it.
From
Oh, he
emissions.
broke even on it, though.
Yeah, he managed to
that's
sell
good.
it and break even. So that would have been a super rad ride.
That would have been fun.
Dude, I saw one of those for sale the other day. I don't think it was an XJ12. I think it was an XJ6, so it was the... Or no, the XJ12 is the one that Booney had.
Yeah.
But a 76 with the round headlights, that would have been fucking sick.
Yes.
Long wheelbase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd for sure park that sideways at work.
Well, that's-
across like 6 spots.
With a small block in it. Hell yeah.
That would be way too much fun. Let's see what else we got here. Skip a few. I don't. Oh, Robert just posted a picture of somebody with what's left of a car driving it.
He sent me that. I have no idea.
I have
what
no
that
idea.
person
There's no
did.
context.
It's a terrible, terrible.
Oh my God, Dallas, what is this? I can't read this online,
Yes, you can.
dude. It's literally
Holy shit.
7 paragraphs.
Oh, that's too many words.
No, we're not reading that. That's crazy.
Somebody can go on there and take a look at that. That's crazy. I can't get through.
There
that.
is one other one in here that Robbie can relate to.
What is it?
When I was in high school, I thought underglow was cool, so I put blue rope lights under the front bumper of my S10 and under his S chassis, the front bumper of his S chassis.
Nice.
Yeah.
Early gen.
Yep. Robbie relates, and had them visible in the grill. Turns out not only tacky, but also illegal, since blue lights can
Uh-huh.
be seen as imitating a cop.
Yeah.
Especially if you can see the bulb.
Robbie knows how that feels.
I only got harassed by a cop once.
Yeah.
Actually, it was my friend getting in trouble and having to pour his beer out in the parking lot, and I was waiting for him because I was in my car. And then the cop told that guy, "You better tell your friend to shut those lights off." Whoop. Shut them off right then and there.
Sir, yes, sir.
One of the guys that did a bunch of work for the Fast and Furious movies posts he put like trivia and random facts about the movies. Yeah. And he talked about the car scene from back in the early 2000s where they would, they were talking about neons and stuff, and they actually had like a neon engineer for the two Fast and Furious movie. Like it was his job to have the neons look the way they did.
Keep talking. All that talking, like I can't. My mouth is turned like gelatinous.
It's not moist enough.
It's not moist enough.
Not moist enough. But he was talking about like the people would get judged based on how well the lights were installed. If you could see the bulb, and like if it, you get points taken off, you can see the bulb if it's not installed properly. Like you want it to be completely hidden. I still do that.
You should
to this day.
That's the correct way to do it.
If you cannot see the bulb and you get good proper lighting. Well executed.
Yep.
If I can see the bulb,
GLTC competitors.
You should be. If you can see the bulb, fail. If you use rope lights, fail.
That's also true. I'll agree with that.
It has to be like, I mean, the new LEDs like he's got are not rope lights, but you know what I mean. That's different. But if you get like if you go to Walmart and grab like a rope light and an inverter and plug it in,
that's pretty sketchy.
Fail
from the start.
Moisture.
But I figured that would come up, so I took a picture of my car when it was all lit up.
Do you miss it, Robbie?
The blue?
The underglow, the whole 9 yards, the Ricer life.
That was a good time. The blue, the LED, the lights. That was a good time.
Life was a simpler time when we were just putting underglow and Lambo doors on shit. I'm just saying.
Do you know what times I miss? Veloster times.
I believe that.
Not the worst. Not the fastest car, but good times. It was a good little car.
I would venture to guess that you beat the shit out of that much more than you have the Genesis, and the Genesis has spent more time at the dealership.
Really had to open that wound?
Yeah, I do.
I don't want to talk about it in case it comes to something more serious. But,
that's fair.
No, the Veloster went in.
The Veloster spent a lot of time there too.
Well, for whatever reason the HVAC control broke when we were at Good Life, so we had either one or four for fan speed, and then
what is it with you and HVAC controls?
I don't know. I'm in HVAC. You think I would?
Or maybe it's
have more
HVAC controls.
And the Bluetooth module on the radio, for some reason the solder joints on those broke, and
first world problems.
They didn't want the maybe there wasn't any way to take it apart, so they just had to replace the whole unit, and the unit's like $2,000.
Ooh.
So
that sucks.
Glad that was under warranty.
No kidding.
That would have sucked. Although I could have gotten by without Bluetooth. It's not the end of the world.
True.
Yeah, those were better times.
Simpler times.
The bad times were the Racelands. That's probably the worst.
I believe that.
Audi.
What other bad things? Just Audi. That's it.
Audi.
Just Audi.
Yeah.
Actually, my Audi was bad too.
You don't want to go into details about your Audi?
It was just. I think I've covered this more than once on the show. I'm sure unless you're new here, in which case go back and find it because it's probably just about every other show. So yeah, it was a bad. I spent way too much money on it.
Yeah.
I put way too many miles on it way too fast.
Yeah.
I ended up way upside down on it way too quickly. And it nickel and dimed me for the next 6 years.
I can't believe you had it 6 years. That was longer than I thought you had it, I guess.
You had it a long time.
I had it a long time.
6 years is a long time.
I loved that car.
I don't know if I've only owned one. No, that's not true. The race cars I've had longer than that. But like normal cars, no.
I haven't really had that many cars. In the grand scheme of things, my list of cars is pretty short.
Mine's very short.
Robbie's is a little shorter than mine, but you talk to people like I've had 250 cars and I'm 23 years old. Like, what are you doing with your life?
Thanks,
man?
Don.
Yeah, exactly. But like
or Dalton.
Yep.
But I haven't really owned that many cars, and honestly, I haven't really modified them that much.
No, not really.
I haven't really done that much shit to my cars because I've never had any money.
No, it happens.
It's a reoccurring theme.
They keep asking for money when you need parts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So.
Anywho, who's the winner?
I think
I'm gonna
Daniel for me is
because
the
he
vote.
almost burned his house down.
I'm going with Zach because I can relate.
Nah.
Because I also molded in my body.
Oh, that's Zach.
Way.
I didn't know what to say.
Man, I
Zach
haven't
Burt.
seen that car that way in a minute.
Yeah, it looks.
That looks
way
weird. Whose car is that? It looks naked.
Yeah, it doesn't look really.
Looks weird.
It's
It
so
looks
different.
so weird.
Oh, here's another bad decision I made. Look where that bumper or that license plate
Oops.
is.
Right in the radiator.
Right in front of the radiator.
Or was that an intercooler?
Fine.
The radiator at the time in this picture.
You live and you learn.
Is there other bed? I had a couple more. Mold the body kit. Oh, the RAV4 had this carbon fiber muffler. That was a bad decision.
Was it though?
Yes.
Really?
Oh God.
Was it terrible?
It sounded so bad.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And then, of course, because that's like a cheap Chinese carbon fiber muffler, it just fell apart.
Robbie
blew
riced out his RAV4
It also had blue neons on it. Don't regret that.
and a stereo setup.
Don't regret that either.
You know, I was thinking about the other day. I was thinking about the stereo thing
Yeah.
because you don't hear people's subs as much anymore.
It's not a thing anymore.
I did today,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, I heard one yesterday. I
It'd
think
be
that's
like-
what I was
yeah,
like.
that's
You
probably
just
what
don't hear
triggered
that
it.
Yeah, you
anymore.
hear them once in a while, but it's just not a thing like it used to be.
No,
I think it's
not at all.
because even 10 years ago, I'm not sure that if they had put like a microphone inside of a tin can, if they could made a worse stereo system. I don't know what they were doing 10 years ago in cars.
Yeah, yeah.
All of them sounded bad.
So
the one
bad.
in the Porsche sounds like shit, and somebody paid more money for that one because it's the Bose one. Sounds like garbage.
The Avalanche
Like,
is
so
the
what
same
was
way.
the normal one?
Yeah. One speaker in the middle of the dash.
Yeah, I think that was probably what started.
Josh
it
and
is-
I, on many, many occasions, have like legit seriously considered just selling the race cars, quitting this stupid shit, and going back to stereos.
I think maybe the key is you have to cycle through it every couple years.
Yeah, go back.
Because you go back to the
But
beginning.
it's so hard to go back because, like, now I
You
have
can never
so
go
much,
home.
Well, I have so much invested,
Well, yeah.
That's the point. You got to sell all that shit.
yes.
Got to get out.
but not just money wise because I don't care about that. It's the time that I have invested in the racing, and I don't fucking do it anyway.
But my theory is,
Also, I don't.
like, it's an exponential curve. You know what I mean? Like the money and the time.
I think it's for some of the racing. I think it's an exponential hill because a lot of people they start
bell
out.
curve?
Yeah, it's a bell curve. There you go. So they start out and it goes, oh shit, spends a bunch of money. And they're like, this is fucking dumb. And I had just as much fun with my slow ass car as I do with my fast ass car. Except with my slow ass car, I ran all day long, which actually was more fun. Back down the bell curve.
Yeah, so I mean, you go back. You got to go back.
Right.
You can either go back, like, if you want to keep going, you got to spend more, like, way more money to be a little bit faster.
Next thing you know, you're James Houghton.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So your options are go back or cycle your hobbies every 3 years and go back to the beginning when you didn't know anything and you're naive and you buy Racelands when they're cheap.
It happens.
But I just think about, like, if I had spent all the money that I've wasted on stupid shit between the time I got out of college and now, if I'd have
Saved?
stuck with the stereo, no,
401k, IRA.
that's dumb. I don't have any time for that. If I'd have just stuck with the stereo thing, would have one track minded that, I'd be like the loudest car on the planet by now.
That's true.
But at what cost?
It's the same thing. It just goes
That's
up.
what I'm saying. You got to keep going.
But dude, I think it's way cheaper.
It probably is.
You know
cheaper.
what was cheaper? Skating.
Except for your
We
knees.
keep coming back to this, don't we, Robbie? We keep coming back.
Guys, this picture's bringing back memories. I had this when we finished the car, and I was driving around like that next week, and I went to like park it, and I got too close to the bumper and just touched it a little bit, and then cracked all the way across where the fender meets the bumper on both
Did
sides.
you cry?
I was fucking livid.
I remember when things like that would happen to the Cavalier, and I would be like in a mood for a week.
Oh yeah, and and then we had to fix it right away because I can't drive around with that broken car.
And now I'm just like, nah.
Yeah,
Cars were better when we knew less.
ignorance really is bliss.
Yeah. I remember a time when I first discovered Top Gear, and I was like, there's 12 seasons of this. I'm going to be entertained all freshman year of college now. And it's like they would bring out these cars that I had never seen before, and it was like,
Yeah.
whoa, like what other shit is out there in the world? And now like somebody pulls up in a Lamborghini, and I'm like, it's not a Lamborghini. Like, oh, I don't care.
You need to have a kid.
I'm good.
They bring that joy back into your life, though, because you get to experience all that stuff for the first time through them. Again,
I understand that.
I wouldn't recommend it though.
It just in that one particular instance.
I love
it's
my
positive.
kid. I love my kid to death, and like I kind of just want to get up and go home and hang out with my kid now instead of finishing this stupid podcast. But like, I wouldn't recommend it. If you don't want a kid, don't have a kid.
That's advice to live by.
Speaking of advice to live by, I've had more than one person in the last couple of weeks tell me they'll finance anything. So I just want to reiterate.
Don't finance anything.
That was just a joke. Don't do it.
Don't do that.
They will finance anything, though.
I also got one last bad decision.
Okay.
Okay, we'll wrap it up.
I put an SR20 in my 240.
There it is. Robbie wins. Hey! Bringing it back. Okay, let's do some news. Presented by Apex Pro. My apologies. It's fucking raining now, boys. I guess if this show
they might not pick up that.
If this show
week.
just ends, it's what you get.
Yep,
because
sorry.
the power went out, and we'll salvage what's there. But if you don't get a sign off,
we're not sorry.
Screw you. I guess I don't know. Okay.
I'm not worried about it.
Robbie, you could buy a Saab, but it's the last one.
Oh no!
I know you've been waiting for the last 2014 Saab Aero 3 with an automatic transmission.
I'm about.
Did they? I'll be honest. I didn't realize that Saab was not making cars since 2014.
I think they barely got through 2014. 2013 might be generous.
I couldn't have told you.
I feel like this car has been making its rounds of being for sale since 2014.
I believe that.
This is like a reoccurring thing.
But
that
now
the last one's for sale.
Yeah.
And now they're selling it, but then you get a bunch of other stuff. Like you get to go tour the what's that electric company?
The Nevs factory.
You get to tour their factory and their R&D department.
And you get a personal Saab museum visit.
Who doesn't want to go to the Saab museum?
So how much is this going to set me back?
Like $50,000.
$35,000 to $45,000 is the estimated sale price.
Is it going on an auction?
Bill Webb auctions. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's big.
You know, if they put it on Bring It Trailer, it could double that.
you get like $80,000 for it.
That's probably true though.
When people ask me like if they have a nice car, like where should I sell it? I'm like, bring a trailer. Don't question it. Just send it in. Because shit is crazy out
I'm
there.
trying to decide if that's where my dad needs to sell some of the cars that he's trying to unload.
Yeah, put it on Bring It Trailer.
Just
What's
do
the
it,
worst
man.
that could happen?
The problem is,
What's the worst that could happen? You get the full market value for it. This shit is nuts, dude.
problem is I don't want him to sell the things he wants to sell, so
Yeah, but imagine if he sells all those things at Bring a Trailer prices, what he could buy with that money.
but I want the Scout.
He could buy 10
No,
Scouts.
he can't. Why is he selling the Scout?
Because I'm not going to get into it on the podcast.
He doesn't need to sell a Scout.
We're not going to get in. Yeah. Thank
Moving
you.
on.
It's 2 against
It's
1.
cool.
Dad. It is cool.
And it's a cool color.
And
good color combination.
Mom and I go back and forth with him on this all the time. Every time he sells something, he immediately regrets it. And he doesn't need to sell it, so don't.
So don't sell it.
Because as soon as you sell that thing, you're going to be like, man,
Wish I had that Scout.
wish I had
The
the
Scout.
Like I got to
The
run to
Scout.
Arnold's and now I'm just going to drive my dreary ass Lincoln MKZ because that's all I got.
The Scout does something
Gotta
better.
keep Scout.
Yep.
Scouts are cool.
Scout's rad.
2-door SUV. Even
yeah.
Robbie likes them.
These are true.
It's a drop top, sort of.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
no
so
it's
top.
like the Blazer.
It's a no top.
Oh, it's a no top? Or it's
Well,
got a hard top?
No, so he's got the one that just covers the driver compartment.
bikini?
So it's more of a pickup truck.
That's what it's called.
But they all
called bikini.
they have a full
Yeah,
length
yeah.
one.
Yep.
The long roof, if you will.
Long tail?
But I don't think
Scout long tail?
I think he had it at one point, but it never got restored, and I don't know that he still has it.
So you'd
Although
have
it
to,
seems like every time I go to the storage shed that he keeps all of his stuff in, there's more stuff in there I don't remember being in there the time before and be like, that's been here for like 10 years, and I don't believe you.
don't ask too many questions.
I don't ask questions because
That's what he tells your mom.
nah, my mom and dad don't like.
Oh, she doesn't give
No.
a shit.
No.
That's good.
No,
He didn't try a secret Porsche swap?
no.
Okay.
My mom's cool about it. She likes going to
Yeah.
do the car stuff that they do, so it's never been an issue.
That's true. That's good.
So
So if you want the last Saab, it's got 40 miles on it.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't have any miles.
Oh, so that's for sure a piece of junk.
Yeah, bring a trailer. Do it.
Actually, it would probably do really well and bring a trailer.
Of course it would.
It's too bad it's not manual, because if it was manual and this is $35,000 to $45,000, I'd probably say that's what it would get. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some Saab collector. There's collectors of things I don't understand. Somebody collects Saabs, and if it was a manual, I would think you'd get $45,000 for it. They pay for your hotel too, Robbie. Your accommodations are included.
Nice.
Oh, well, in that case.
55.
Do I have to get my real
Is it a
ID
suite?
to get there, though? Because
Not yet. You're okay. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I don't know if it's
I'm
in.
going to go Sweden.
It's probably in Sweden. I don't know.
Well, I'm in then.
There you go. It's the vacation wrapped up in it.
What if
You
I
can't
just-
afford not to.
What if I just don't come back?
Well, that's your car now.
We would not blame you.
You have a car already. You just got to find a place
there
to
you
live.
go. See, I just live in the car. You can live in a car, you can't race.
It's all taken care of. It's all taken care of. All your accommodations.
And they'll
taken care
finance anything.
of. And they'll finance anything. You can't afford not to at this point. All right. Not a lot to say about this, but I do want to bring it up. Alex Roy's new documentary will be available on October 20th.
Bill just posted about this on the group.
Yep.
Did he? Just now?
No,
like a
earlier
while
today.
ago.
Oh, yeah. So it's called Apex, which is confusing because it's like the same people.
The Apex is the company that makes these, and then basically the title would be The Secret Race Across America. So Apex, the story of a hypercar, is on Netflix. That's their first movie, and this is their second movie, and they're working with Alex Roy.
Yes. So you guys can put together what that's about.
Yep. So it's basically the history of Cannonball after they shut it down in the 70s, and then how Alex broke the record, and then how
With David.
I can't think of the name right now.
Is it Monger?
That sounds
Monger?
right. That sounds right.
Maher. David Maher. And then
Ed Bolian broke it
yes.
again, and they have clips from because Alex had the 32 hours and 7 minutes movie, and that's really good because there was a whole controversy getting that out.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I got a copy of it.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think that's why they're making this documentary is because
he was
that is hard to get.
and he was so disappointed in it because it wasn't what he wanted it to be, and then there was a whole legal issue about her getting it out, and I don't know the history of it, but so this is, I think, his vision of what that documentary should be. Plus, it includes stuff that Ed Bolian did after the fact. So I'm not sure how in depth it goes because I assume it's going to talk about Alex's record and then Ed breaking it, and then present day. Because I know there's been a couple ones recently that have claimed to have come close or broken it.
Yeah, it should be really interesting. It's going to be on
October 20 on
October
NBC
20th.
Sports.
Yep, NBC Sports, and you can buy it on iTunes also. I don't know if it's on that same
It's
day or
getting
not, but
legit aired. That's cool.
Yeah. So we're going to have to set
That's
aside
super
time.
cool.
We should have a 10-10 watch party.
we should have a watch party.
We could all wear our watches.
We could wear watches at our watch party. I'll
Yeah.
I'll wear 2 watches.
That sounds awesome.
It's gonna be the voiceovers by Ice-T.
Also awesome.
That's pretty cool. I like that. It's big time.
It's not small time.
Why does he look like he's in the Matrix on the movie poster?
Maybe he is.
It's got to be secretive and mysterious.
I like a
Just-
good leather jacket as much as the next guy.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
It's true.
No, not at all.
That's the 90s version of Adam.
No, I wore
If there was
I wore jean jackets in the 90s. Are you kidding me?
Really?
That's
Hell
sick.
yeah.
Do people wear jean jackets now? It's come back around.
It has.
Oh, I'll get one then.
Yeah.
Jean jackets and New Balances.
Yeah. Jay Leno's like the most fashionable man in America right now.
You know, if you just
Right
stick,
behind Adam Jabez. He's actually second.
If you stick with something long enough, it'll come back around.
I know. It's
it's fine.
Yeah. It's a trendy man.
Just own it. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there wasn't a lot of news this week that was worth talking about.
Terrible.
Some e-scooter riders lost their driver's license after some drunken escapades. Not some, like 300 of them lost their license.
Well, it is Oktoberfest.
In Germany.
Yeah, but this is out of control.
It is. Well,
Which
I mean,
part?
You can get a DUI on a lawnmower.
I guess.
See, I was
but
always-
I don't know
I was
that
always-
this counts.
I was always told you could get a DUI on a bicycle, like the
Yeah.
ones the poor people, that thing with the wheels,
Oh.
the pedals,
With
the pedals.
Ah,
Yes,
the
that type
pedals.
of bicycle.
And the gears.
and the hipsters, they're not
Yeah.
necessarily poor.
That's true. The rich, gentrified people.
I think
Yeah.
that they might be onto something because cars suck.
Cars suck.
Cars are
They
awful.
probably do have a point. That's annoying.
Bikes
But
suck too, though.
I think once you get into bikes, then it's like changing gears, and you got to do the thing, and it's carbon fiber, and the next thing you know, you got a $30,000 bike, and you're like, "This is dumb. Fuck, it's the same shit."
And it's broken all the time.
It's broken all the
because
time.
it's made out of carbon fiber.
Everything's made out of carbon fiber and it
Surprisingly
breaks.
fragile, nonetheless.
Anyway, my point was, I think, or I was told at one point in Iowa City, maybe it's because they didn't want us drunk riding bicycles, that you could get a DUI on a bike.
What happens in Iowa City cannot be
Applied to other places.
Yeah, it cannot be used as like a
measuring stick?
Yeah, that's not okay.
But I could understand that, if you were drunk and you
should
crossed the street and
get
a
an
car hit you,
OWI,
that would be bad.
right?
That would be bad.
So you don't want to do that. But so these folks in Germany, partying it up at Oktoberfest, got on these e-scooters, and apparently, according to German law, that constitutes operating while intoxicated. And
So you're saying when we're at PRI with all our drunk friends and they're riding their scooters around, they
Yes.
can lose their license?
but this is in Germany, so I don't know what exactly that means.
Are you trying to tell me that America has less strict alcohol laws?
They have less strict
They have
driving
strict
laws.
driving laws.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying that it's legal. I'm sure you probably should. You're not supposed to ride them on the sidewalk.
You can't do that either, no.
But well, I guess we didn't do it because we got bored trying to get the app set up and we just left.
The heck with it, yeah.
But everybody else that was there was riding them up and down the.
Yeah, they were doing, they were all over in Denver.
When I went to Super Lap, we were trying to get from where we had eaten pizza to where we were going to go bar hopping, and some of them got those and took them down there, and we got an Uber and arrived at basically the same time. And I think they had more fun than we did. Just
I'm sure they did.
I'm not
just
totally
saying.
against these things.
I
like the idea of it.
I think that there couldn't be a nerdier thing than picking one of these up by yourself, but in a group, they're cool. It's one of those
That's true.
situations.
But in a
That's true.
group,
You know what I mean?
but in a group, the extreme version of that is 320 Germans getting their
Robbie,
driver's license taken away.
Robbie and I would be like, bro, check out this sweet jump. And we'd be like taking it off of curbs and trying to jump it over manholes.
It's really true.
And next thing you know,
They're
and
surprisingly quick.
we would do it sober, which is the real problem.
Yeah, then they could just yell at us for trashing their e-scooters,
Yeah, now we're just assholes.
which we are, of
But
course.
they're not wrong.
Other than, but
Yeah, we're sober.
so I don't know what the solution is with the e-scooters. They're the problem with them is they all get bunched together and then it's like a bunch of trash all over the
I
place.
love that there are entire Instagram accounts devoted to taking pictures of these in awkward and terrible places.
That'd be pretty sick.
It is. It's a thing.
They're just hanging from a street, like a
Yeah.
Street lamp.
People submit pictures of them putting these e-scooters in places they are clearly not meant to be. It's kind of hilarious.
Oh, sorry. 360 people were caught driving drunk on an e-scooter. 215 of them lost their license.
360 people on one e-scooter is pretty impressive.
It did say an estimated 6.3 million people
That's wild.
were at Oktoberfest in Munich.
Is wild.
That's a lot of people.
That's a pretty low percentage. I mean,
yeah, statistically speaking.
statistically,
It's not statistically relevant.
It's pretty. It's certainly not 1 in 3. It's pretty insignificant.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're about...
If this is how I lost my license, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, that's really annoying. Because you're riding this scooter because you don't want to be driving.
Yeah, you're trying to avoid.
And can you imagine getting
Driving.
a cab with 6 million other drunk assholes around?
I think it'd be
That's got to be chaos all over the place.
It's gotta be
isn't it?
hard
You
enough
can't-
getting one of these.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got to be awful. I bet you can't get a car anywhere.
I would not want to be an Uber that week.
Or you would. Because
No.
Surge
dude.
rate, man.
Yeah, but so many drunk chicks puking in my car.
that's what you charge them for that.
There's a
that
button.
a thing?
There's a
Uh-huh.
button for that.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They puke.
Charge.
Extra monies.
Oh,
You still got to deal with it.
get like a Honda Element
A Honda.
with the rubber floor mats.
Yeah, just something you can hose out.
Get some
You can
weather
hose out
techs.
all Hondas, can't you?
Sure,
Well, I
no
mean,
one cares.
you can hose out anything. It doesn't mean it's a good idea. Just get some weather techs.
Yeah.
It keeps the puke inside because it comes up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah.
Those are really nice.
I have a real problem spending $200 on floor mats.
That's why I get them used for half.
That's not a bad idea. But seriously, like
Fucking Robbie, man.
my brain will
It's always
not.
got a way.
My
doesn't it?
brain will not let me spend like $250 on
But
floor
clearly
mats.
someone does because they have
They're everywhere, man.
They have a metric fuck ton of expendable money. They sponsor all kinds of crazy racing things.
Which might be the problem. The markup on those things is outrageous.
Yeah, but do you want to support racing or not,
Yeah,
Michael
that's-
Beck?
I don't.
I do.
That's why I buy my parts in advance.
You buy used ones.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't support anything.
Somebody
He
supported.
tells people.
Somebody supported it.
Robbie's supporting the people that support racing.
It's true. So they can buy a new one, and I can buy their used one.
I just can't do it. It's a piece of molded plastic, and it's
But they're really nice.
$250. I know they're nice, but they're
great.
$250.
They fit perfectly.
It's like they're laser scanned.
They are laser scanned, and it's wonderful.
Oh, they just tell you that because it's good marketing.
It's probably true though. How else do
does.
they
You
get
just
that?
tell people you have a laser, and people are like,
Oh yeah, that's great.
Ooh, I'll give you $250.
yeah, exactly.
It fits.
They are nice.
Great.
They are nice. I will admit they're nice. And if you have the money,
That being said,
you should buy
I
them.
have Husky liners.
I don't have any. I have the factory ones.
But yeah, my
They're
brain
not
will
weather
just
tight.
not let me do it. But they do come like in the snow because we get really bad snow here. Obviously,
Occasionally.
when it comes up,
That's great.
it does that thing where it comes up on the sides and keeps all the mud and the crap inside of it.
Yeah.
That's worth some money, I suppose. But
Yeah, it's nice. Then you can just pull it out and put it on the ground.
Hose it off and
hose
put it back
off.
in.
It's nice.
so, anywho, should we wrap it up?
Let's.
I think that's it for this week.
ApexTrackCoach.com. 10 cents at the checkout. Get the free window mount. I know a lot of people are looking. You should be using our discount.
After you went and saw it at TT Nationals.
Yep. You will need this for next year, I promise you. This
Good time to buy it
This is
now.
the best investment you could make over the winter.
All right.
And we are saving you money.
We'll catch you guys next week. Bye.